Always some shit on this show. I hear you. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to another edition of Talking Shit with Kire. I know it's Sunday. It's time to talk some shit. I have my guest in the building today. Let them introduce themselves. And we're going to get this show going. All right, people.
All right. I guess I'll go.
Who's in the building?
What's going on with you, Kire? This is Mark with Sports Talk Mark. Also part of Good News Family, Wednesday nights, 8:30. Check us out, Good News Sports, on the Good News Radio app. What's up, man? I'm just glad to be talking shit with you on Sunday. I didn't go to church either, so I can really talk shit and not feel guilty.
And Boss Man.
What's up, y'all? Keep Good News from Monday morning, of course, every Monday morning at 8:30 a.m. Check me out. Trying to get your week started, get it flowing. And, yeah. Kire had me come in today so we could talk some shit. So I'm just happy to be here and excited to be here. And, let's see what the hell we're going to get into.
Yeah.
Let's see. And on the phone, I have my homegirl who we've been down with each other since we was 13 years old.
Ooh, shit.
On the phone.
Hi, everybody. This is LaShonda Ewan, all the way from Cincinnati, Ohio. Very excited to be on the show with you and to talk some stuff with Kire. I did go to church today, so.
Praise him. So today's show, we're going to talk about the disrespect of the black woman. And the reason being because I feel like the black woman she's the most emulated, most sought after, yet she's the most disrespected.
Come on, Malcolm X.
Woo. So let's get into see what we can do to change this narrative.
Okay.
All right. So,
This is gonna be this gonna be an interesting conversation because well, I guess I already said we have like mostly males, but you have a friend and we have somebody on the phone, so maybe it's gonna get
right now.
it's
On the way.
We definitely need the other perspective too.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I have LaShonda on the phone and TJ on the way.
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Somebody else supposed to be calling in. Another friend of mine, she's supposed to call in from Chicago.
I think I got relatives in Cincinnati.
Do you?
Like across all of Ohio, Cincinnati, Dayton, Toledo, Columbus, not Cincy, Cleveland. Oh yeah, I be in and out of there.
Okay.
Ohio now.
Well, he ain't from Ohio.
I'm from Michigan.
He in
Go
Detroit.
Blue.
Okay.
Yep.
No, don't do that. You know I love Detroit. Don't do that. Don't do that.
We do.
Yeah.
They get a little love. You need this? You need this?
Not really.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, let you control it.
Yeah, I got it.
All right.
I'm just doing this part.
So for those who never been here before, Shonda, you ain't never been here. I usually start off with T with Kire where we talk about things that's going on in the world that has something to do with the topic. So first on the list, we talk about disrespecting black women. Let's go with I'll start here. Reality TV. Y'all watch reality? Y'all probably don't watch the same shows I watch, I'm sure.
I think I'm up on game.
I see clips.
Yeah, I'm up on game.
I see clips.
Though. I'm up on.
I haven't
game.
watched reality TV like that in a while.
Shonda, you watch reality TV?
But
Unfortunately. And a lot of times I breeze through it because I can't take how disrespected we are. Because I'm like, is it worth the amount of money on TV that you were supposedly getting? I'm assuming it has to be a lot to be able to disrespect yourself that way.
Yeah, that's very
okay.
True.
So now, is that? But okay, and I say because I hear black women say it all the time. We shouldn't do this on TV. We shouldn't do it on TV. But when I see reality TV, it's not just black women that act a fool. It's women across the board.
I'm not responsible for other women. I'm responsible for black women. And we already have stereotypes and stigmas that are against us, so we shouldn't be perpetrating that because a lot of times what they'll say is we're doing it for TV, but for some people they think reality is TV. And so I can't speak for other races, I can only speak for mine. I think it's crazy and I think we do ourselves an injustice because other countries watch TV and think that's exactly who we are every day, all day.
Okay.
All right, she got a point there.
Okay. What do you think? You got a point? So the fellas, y'all want to add something to that?
No, I mean, she definitely has a lot of valid points in that. And I think when it comes to other races and how other races are portrayed on TV, specifically we're going to talk about white people, like what they interact with, how they interact with each other on a day-to-day basis, and that's portrayed on TV, there's nothing wrong with that because...
But white people fighting on TV too.
Right. But that's also kind of like, depending on your social circle, that's sometimes your expectation. Especially if you're not dealing and interacting with other races, other cultures.
Can you open the door?
Yeah, I mean, you got a point there too.
Okay.
I mean, I think you're interested around this topic. I know she said like she's not responsible for like other women or races, but I think at some point it does become about that. You know what I mean, to a large degree because there's a overall representation.
No.
So if for as a black man, I can look in the situation. I can say, oh, men do this, or I can separate it and say, oh, well, black men do this.
Mm-hmm.
So and then there's a point where who's considered black, because there's a lot of mixed people out here, and so it's just I think it gets deeper than even on reality TV for black women. For like Cardi B, she's obviously not black, but she is a representation of colored women, essentially,
and
of black culture. So does she not represent black culture to a certain degree then, even though she's not black?
Yeah.
So I think, and here it goes to that conversation of, does it matter what percentage of black or the thought of being black or quote unquote acting black? So a lot of those times people consider that acting black, if she's not considered black, if she's Puerto Rican or whatever that is, if it looks and sounds and acts black, they automatically associate it with black. So that's why it's very troubling a lot of times, because they automatically associate everything with it being black. And so we hookers, we hoes, we treated this way, we put up with, oh God, I went to church, we put up with a lot of crazy shit, and then automatically it's assumed that we always will do that, because that's what's portrayed on TV. Already with all the other things that they quote unquote believe we are, it just looks that way, because they're not looking to say, is she Puerto Rican? They see she's of color. And
right.
Automatically, a lot of times, of color reflects African American.
Right, and I guess that's why I was saying towards your comment, like it may get deeper than just black women, because now it's more so of a black culture, because some women are half white, half quote unquote black, or whatnot. Some people are African, you know what I'm saying, and
but that's still black.
No, it's not, because it's African. You know what I'm saying? See, so what I'm saying, it's we don't even have it figured out. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. As a people, so if we don't have it figured out, I think, like I said, it kind of becomes deeper in that essence. Like I said, it does become about women, but I think it's more so the culture than it is the skin tone. You see what I'm saying? So that's kind of where I'm going. Yeah,
I will receive that, but I want to say the culture is, and I receive everything you're saying. I'm saying though that culture is 98 point some percent tied to the culture of black.
Okay.
Because when they think rap, when they say black, if they think games, they think black. And I'm not saying that that's good for us, but you're right. The culture itself, it could be the color lime strain, it could be African. But even when you come to America, they don't think African. They still think what? Black. That's how I'm going.
Right. Right.
But I agree with you. But I'm just saying, if we look at our country today, what are they thinking? They're not thinking African, Hispanic, blah, blah, blah. They're thinking white and black right now, because that's how somebody, Agent Orange, is doing that thing. They're separated around two color lines.
Okay.
White, black.
9 and 10.
And so that's why I say, you're right, though. I support your culture, though.
Yeah. I think that's what it is.
Okay. Now, well, ladies and gentlemen, just entered into the building. Have the one and the only, your favorite singer, Miss TJ Scruggs is in the building.
Good morning.
You know what time it is? Probably morning for you.
It's morning.
You're right, yeah.
This is the first time I saw you. Good morning.
It is. Good
How are
morning.
you?
Good morning.
Good to see you. You look
You
well.
as well. You do too. It has been. I ain't seen you since.
Hector was a pup, child.
Yes.
Yeah,
God.
I know it.
But I did. Well, I did see you yesterday. When you were singing for the Carson Jazz. I wasn't there, but people was recording like, oh, look, TJ hit this. I was like, okay. Yes. How was that? When is your next set though at the hotel? I missed that.
Which, child, I don't know. I don't think it's happening. I'm getting paid to sing now. Shoot. Why would I sing for free? That was a lot of sweating and carrying on for
I thought
free.
you was getting a check.
Well, I mean, a little bit of check.
Well, I thought you
I'm
a check.
getting
Okay.
grown-up checks now.
Of course
Why would
you
I
are.
go back to that?
Of course you are. Listen, I've been watching. You know I keep up with you. I keep up with you. But and then even when I don't see you on TV, I know it's your voice. Like some of these singers,
Hilarious.
when they hit the notes, and I'm like, That's not
You
you.
don't do like
That's not you. That's TJ.
you don't do like free birthday
Absolutely
things
not.
still like for the homie. Like damn, the
Absolutely
homie.
not. No,
The
sir,
homie
I do
can't
not.
get it.
No, sir, they cannot. And what
That
makes a
shit
lot
come
of
with
my
an invoice?
friends mad is that I won't. I usually, if they say, sing for me for my birthday, I'm like, happy birthday to you. And my real friends enjoy that more than me singing
Right,
for real.
I feel
But
that.
no, sweetheart, I'm a studio. I'm a session singer.
No, I understand.
I mean, is there a union check
I'm
attached
not
to that?
saying.
If not,
I don't think
God
so.
bless.
I don't think so. A session thing. Well, you. Man, I see you on the road. That's why I'm surprised you're in town now.
Child, I'm a session singer.
You charge the
I'm
church?
a union singer. I don't sing at church for that exact reason.
See?
Exact reason.
So no, you know, shit.
Because
you know,
everybody
we
thinks
try-
women need to donate their services
Right.
to the love of the Lord.
Right.
Jesus didn't ask me to sing. You did. So
Right.
you need to pay.
Right.
When Jesus asked me to sing, I sing for him for free.
Jesus got paid.
He didn't ask. That was
How'd
all
Jesus get paid?
you.
Jesus was paid, man.
No,
As
he
an offering.
wasn't.
Yeah, Jesus was
As
paid.
an
Jesus
offering.
didn't get that. That
Jesus
was them
was
other
paid.
niggas. Them other niggas got that.
I didn't
Jesus
read
didn't
that.
ask for that.
See, they even embezzle from him.
Exactly.
Jesus
Jesus
was
didn't ask
paid,
for that.
man.
Jesus didn't get paid.
I didn't read
He
that.
got paid for his carpentry, but he didn't get paid for the gospel. He was
No.
He was excited for doing it for
I'm,
free.
I'm saying he was he wasn't a broke person.
No, he was not.
He was not. No.
Because a carpenter was a very skilled
Yeah.
trade at the time.
Yep.
So
Yep.
he definitely got paid well.
Based on his
child.
garbs, like back then, the shit he was wearing was
That's
like
right.
considered the most expensive thing to be having on.
Exactly.
So
So
when
you
y'all
know
see
he had
me,
a trade.
yeah,
Exactly.
so
You
y'all see
know
me
he
coming in
was-
with some
He had a
Louis Vuittons. I'm
trade.
gonna say as
Listen,
Jesus,
black people have
as
a
Jesus
trade.
did. I'm gonna start telling people as Jesus did.
Mhm.
Like, oh, okay, you got the new Jesus did as Jesus
So
did.
Jesus paid
crazy.
top dollar,
Right.
baby. What up?
That's right.
I can too.
That's
And If I
right.
choose not to, well then
Jesus got
You-
paid.
Right.
Jesus got paid well.
So we were talking about. We was kicking off with TV Kyrie, and then we were talking about reality TV.
Okay.
So I was saying how women in general, I think, disrespect themselves too. But we're kind of what LaShonda was saying. She's only concerned with black women because that's her thing.
Yeah.
Right.
So now, what do you feel? Are they about reality TV? Do you watch reality TV?
No, I do not.
Okay,
good
well,
for
never
you.
mind.
No, I do not.
Good. Good.
As you probably can tell by my demeanor and the way that I speak, I do not watch reality television.
But you're familiar
no.
with.
I'm
through-
very
through-
familiar.
through
No,
social
I'm
media or
definitely-
whatever. Yeah,
absolutely.
that's kind of how you
Absolutely.
do. Right.
And it
I know
actually
what's up.
started out in a good place, which is why I did want to see it at the very beginning.
Yeah,
The-
like when
the
Real World first came out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The beginning when they were actually putting people together and the people were trying to function together.
I blame
in that
Flavor
community.
Flav for all of this.
No, you can't blame him because
the
Flavor
Flavor
Flav
Love.
was hired.
Flavor,
You
I'm just
got to
saying, his
understand.
show
No.
changed the culture of reality
You think
TV.
so?
He
Yes.
didn't produce that show,
No,
though, sir.
I'm not saying he
You
produced
have
it,
to know, but,
but his
the
image.
originator,
They
the
couldn't put
person that
anybody there.
initiated that is the person
No,
who's
no,
in
no.
charge.
Okay,
Because if
that's
Flavor
fair.
Flav wasn't available, they'd have got some other coon to do it.
Nah,
Now,
Yes,
there you
they
go.
would have.
but it wouldn't have
Yes,
been.
they would
But
have.
what's the name of the lady that creates the Love and Hip Hop series?
Mona
Mona
something.
Scott.
Mona
That's
Scott.
who I
There you go.
blame.
She didn't do it either.
I hate her.
People don't realize she don't have the money to start that trash.
Right.
She's the face of whoever has the money
But
to start
that's a
that
part
trash.
of it, though. That is,
It
comes
is
Shoulder
because
to
she
toe.
is not to blame.
But
She's
before
getting
there
a
was,
check.
but before there was Mona Scott Love and Hip Hop, you had when
See?
I got mad, you had College Hill.
You had Real
Yeah,
Real
College
World
Hill.
got
Real World.
ugly first.
Oh, you sure
Real
did.
World
Sure
was
did.
the first one that they did that whole social experiment.
had
Real
Big
World,
Brother-
the first
Big
2
Brother
seasons,
one.
that one too.
They
Those
copied
where
off
they
Real World.
started.
They copied
That
off.
wasn't black
That-
folks at first.
definitely Real World
So-
was it.
Oh,
You
yeah.
saw the
Well,
the
fuck it. Let's blame
evolution
Baldwin
of
Hills
it.
for
Yeah.
black people.
Oh, they- why
No,
would they-
I'm telling you, it's the evolution of it. Because
blame Baldwin
somebody
Hills.
Yeah.
saw the original thing and was like,
Yeah.
how can we corrupt this? Because the original thing was an actual good social experiment.
As
it
always.
really
It
was.
was.
It really
Yeah.
was.
You had
It really
different
was.
people from different walks of life
really
who
was.
respected each other.
It
They
really
did.
And
was.
sometimes
and
they
they got
didn't
along.
agree,
They
but
got
along.
They had like minor arguments. Wasn't nobody
Exactly.
bumping.
No,
Right.
but as it progressed, as it
Then
evolved,
we
it became
started
a
fighting.
monster. It was
Yeah.
a monster. It's
And
a
then
monster now.
Those fights got provoked. And then
Exactly.
it's
Yeah.
like,
And then you have- but-
there's that. People don't realize this is not a real situation.
Yeah.
This is all manipulated.
But when it changed, is when the writers. I don't know if y'all remember this. When the writers went on strike, then they start hiring writers for reality
Uh-huh.
TV.
That too.
So then now I create this narrative.
Exactly.
But
there you go.
but that's what I mean. That's what their job is to do, is create entertainment.
Right.
That's
See,
their
but
job.
my thing is, you
It ain't
can't
about-
blame
So
the
they-
people who getting paid
So is it,
because
is
they
it-
just trying to get their money.
No, because they took the check.
Right.
So-
but
so do we-
they
so
weren't trying
let's-
to do something
I'm-
that was like
I'm-
they
They could have
different.
took the Kaepernick were like no, or even Chris Rock was like, I mean not Chris Rock, Chris Tucker was like, I'm not doing no more coom. I'm not doing no shit.
No Friday.
Like,
And when was
yeah,
the last
like, you
time
could-
we saw him work?
I mean,
You see what I mean?
What do you, I mean, but
Like,
after that,
no,
he took
but-
Rush. I mean, he had a career,
Yeah.
and he still is Chris Tucker. Like,
is.
so, but I'm saying that as far as like, it's still an option. It's still in the hands of the person who agrees to sign that check.
Right,
So
but here's the
they
thing.
got to take responsibility for that too.
Black folks are just trying to take a check. They not seeing the far reaches
No,
of
they
what
know
it's
what's
going
up.
to do.
It's
No,
just
everybody.
they don't. No, they don't.
There's just a price for
Niggas just trying to
everything.
get rich.
Exactly.
I'm finna
That's
get
what it
rich.
is. That's what it
and
is.
they move them into new housing.
No,
they
I
get
understand,
them cars
but you
for
can
these
still
shows
say no, like
to look
Kaepernick.
at the thing.
Kaepernick
Who
said-
is brave enough and courageous enough to say no?
I mean, I'm
That's the problem.
Look
well,
at
I'm not
Kaepernick.
disagreeing with that.
Kaepernick
Right.
got fully railroaded before he got this little deal. How long did that take?
He's also a
2 or
mogul.
3 years?
Yeah.
So, like, it took him a long time for that stand-up to actually turn around.
So who's
going to
go without a check for 2 years?
But that's what it takes.
There
sometimes,
are
though.
not
It
many
does,
people
okay,
that are
but what you-
courageous
you
enough.
but you got to remember though, even with Kaepernick had some money to sit on.
Yes, he did.
In order to not take a
For
couple
2
checks.
Flavor
Flavor
did.
Flav has somebody to sit
Years.
on. What are we talking about?
Did he?
Flavor Flav did.
Come on.
No, he did.
Yes.
He still was doing that.
on.
He still was coming off of that.
But
his
the-
other
but-
thing.
Flavor.
But the thing.
Off of it, but he was truly spending it, which made him broke.
Say
well,
again.
What's that again, Shonda?
So even though Flavor Flav had opportunities for millions and millions of dollars, he was also spending that money on all those kids that he had.
That's the
and if
thing.
you don't spend your money wisely or keep your money wisely,
course, yeah.
you will always be required to bow down
Right.
to somebody else to keep
That's
giving you
the thing.
money.
Well, then he
Okay.
also made some bad business decisions
Yes, he
with
did.
that fried chicken joint that
I
did not work.
remember
Yeah.
that.
But it was also the. I
Wow.
think part of it was just not let's just get anybody. I think a major part of it was also to. They know he's one of the most unattractive people on this planet. So
Yeah.
so that also like that was also a part of it. So like I'm just saying I don't want to take the responsibility away from black people as well because I
True.
think that's a huge part of where we are now is that we don't take responsibility for our part as well. Like
Yes.
there is some act on the other side, but we also you know what I'm saying.
Okay,
And
so
here's
so
the other
now-
part of that, though.
Okay.
You also have to factor in everybody else got a 400-year lead on us.
Oh no, I agree with that.
So
yeah,
you
for
have
sure.
to be
For
more
sure.
empathic and
For sure.
empathetic
Yeah.
for black people who
Oh,
are trying
definitely.
to make their nut.
Oh yeah,
Because
yeah.
you got a whole bunch of black folks out here who hate their life.
Yeah.
They hate it.
Yeah.
And when they
White
see a
people, too.
check for literally $5,000,
Right.
which is not that much money to a lot of us.
Yeah. Well,
They
it is
will
to
do
a lot of it.
well. That's
That's the
true.
problem.
but they'll do anything.
No, yeah,
and
you're
you
right.
see this on a regular basis. So when somebody says, "Just read this, and we'll pay you $20,000 an episode," they're like, "Done."
Right.
But we don't read
I
it.
won't even-
We won't
no.
read it. We just skim it. If
No,
we
no,
do
no,
that.
no, no, no. I mean for like the
lines.
things they're writing for you
Right.
for
Okay,
reality
yeah.
shows.
No, that's fair.
They're like, whatever you want.
That's fair.
20 grand.
I want you to hop on
I
top of the
can
table
pay
and
for
jump
my
off.
listen. I can get my Mercedes C class, which is the like basically a Honda.
Yeah, it is.
You can get Mercedes. I can get my Mercedes C class. I can get me a 2-bedroom apartment in Inglewood. I can do that. Yes, sign me up. 20,000. Yeah, maybe I can get in Willow Hills. Like people are thinking they got dreams now. They ain't even got the check yet.
Right.
They ain't
But
got the check in
we
their
done spent the
hand.
money.
They done
but ain't
spent
got
their money, but they ain't got the
They
check.
already done spent the money.
That's it. Black
Absolutely.
folks, I can't be mad at that. I really can't. I can't hate that because
Nah.
black folks are. That's one thing that makes us dream. Unfortunately, is money.
So with that being said,
Yeah.
if they did a reality
That's not
show,
an excuse, though.
What you say?
what'd you say, Shauna?
I was saying that's not an excuse because that's why we always keep going and getting caught up in division cycles.
It's true.
Is because I'm not hating on you for trying to get your point, but there has to be some responsibility. I think somebody else said it. Sorry, I can't see you guys. But there still becomes a responsibility for self and the culture.
I
Yep.
get it.
Right.
Yeah.
I get it. But everybody ain't got the same culture. We just ain't.
No, let's say that.
Black people are not a monolith.
But with all
We
this,
all have different
now with that said,
upbringings, and we both.
Man, we
some
walked
was
down
broke.
like cocaine in the 80s, man. We don't know how many times we've been cut.
That's right. Real life.
that's true.
Completely
We don't know.
diluted.
So we still trying to figure
Real
out,
life.
if light-skinned and dark-skinned people should get
No
along.
lies.
Man,
You ain't
we still
never
trying to
lied.
figure
Oh my god.
I hate that when we do that.
We got to do that. I mean, and then you got to understand that there's a whole sexuality complex within the black community. You know what I'm saying? So we have a whole lot of issues that we got to even come together on that we can't figure out.
Yeah.
And
So,
we can't
you know.
get past salt and sugar and grits, child. I can't.
I'm still, we still
I'm
fighting.
so
niggas
tough.
over
We
that.
still fighting.
And literally,
Still.
why is it that, and this is where some of the other cultures, because that's the word that keeps coming up, they've identified a way of being able to pull it together, but somehow in our mind we're still trapped that the only way up is over somebody else.
See,
Yeah.
because that's
Not
what
even
we've
standing on the
seen.
shoulders, but
Yeah.
it's like I get up on your shoulders and kick you down so I can be the one at the top.
That's because that's what has been done to us, and that's what we see.
Yeah. And that's what it's been like instilled in us, like
yes,
ingrained.
Because that is literally every other nationality has put their foot on us.
Yeah.
To get up.
Even people who come over, they come over here
it.
and they see how we're treated, so then they start treating us like
that's
this.
exactly right.
And it's
so
like, right.
You can't, there's so many things that we're behind the 8 ball that was not our fault. And we're pulling ourselves up literally one rung at a time. We are the only people who are bootstrapping it up. Nobody else has had to.
You know what?
Everybody else has gotten a grant. Everybody else has gotten some kind of government financing,
a handout.
I
mean, let's just start here. Credit. We don't learn about that. Life insurance. A lot of us don't even other cultures and families, they learn about that and they have that. So it builds. I'm just now realizing I need some fucking life insurance. So that way I can
that way if something happens to me, we ain't gotta go the good news go on Facebook.
It's not even if
taking up a GoFundMe.
If something happened, I'm gonna die. So that's why not.
But if we all had to come together to do a GoFundMe.
Yeah. No, and exactly, who wants to fucking do that? And that's because we don't have these things in place. Or we're not educated on those things like life insurance or whatever the case. Even food wise, you know what I'm saying, our health. So it's a whole lot of things.
Along all of these lines too, I think historically, if you look at every other type of culture, race, nationality, whatever the case may be, their history is in line and intact.
Yes, it is.
And it's passed down.
Yes,
and so they know their history. So even in modern times, example, Jewish people, they almost got exterminated up off this planet.
Yeah.
And then once that, got removed, Hitler got up out the paint.
Right.
And then they started life over again. They did that together as a community.
But they started with government money. Let's be crystal clear. The Japanese,
that is true.
The Jewish, the German people have been paying the Jewish people from gate.
That is true.
The Japanese people who they completely screwed over.
Oh, they fucked them up, especially on the East Coast.
They
whooped
on the West Coast.
But again, the blueprint
they got money. They get dough.
The blueprint was already there and then passed down, so that it can never be lost, just in case.
No, you're right.
True.
Because
black folks, our history is so put in different spots, and we're still trying to connect dots.
But that was intentional.
The last 40 years.
That was not our fault.
It's not our fault.
That was intentional.
Because a lot of times what happens is, especially older generations or even generations out there, we so ashamed or we think we've overcome so much, we don't even want to talk about our history.
No, you're right, and I see.
I mean, we literally won't say it. We won't say that this. We're trying to give things to kids that ain't even earned it. They're not getting good grades. They're not getting anything, just so we can give them better than what we had.
Yeah.
And realistically, earning and working hard for what you got and respecting your elders was actually monumental to our success as a generation. And now these kids today don't value nothing because we give them everything, thinking it's going to make them better people, and it's actually made them worse.
That's because we thought that that's all we needed to survive.
Yeah, exactly.
As children, as whoever, when we were coming up, all we needed was an extra $5,000.
Right.
And we think that if we give our kids who have not been raised the same way, it's not that we give our kids everything. It's that we give our kids everything, and we've completely spoiled them rotten as it pertains to how we treat them. Mm-hmm. Because rich kids, yes.
Some.
Now, I made a post on Facebook. They don't have chores. They don't have to earn anything. They don't have an allowance. They don't have to collect cans. They don't have to go outside and do nothing. But we think that giving them money is going to help.
No, it's not. It's
I made a post.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, what?
But I made a post on Facebook and. Well, TJ comment, where a black woman, who gives her son $1,000 a month allowance for clothes, but because he likes clothes, he spends it on clothes, but he's asking her, he doesn't appreciate it. He's like, I need $1,500 a month.
15?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my God.
He wants her to up it.
Right, well, he don't,
and she probably will.
She probably
like
did.
I said, I don't know. I don't know the lifestyle of their whole family because what you know is what you know, regardless.
Yeah.
So if you grew up in a certain lifestyle, it don't make sense to you. Like it don't register. But I wanted to make 2 points that Mark kind of brought up. He was saying even when the Jewish were almost exterminated, today we still call them what? Jewish.
Yeah.
The Africans came over here and all that shit happened. Now we've changed even what we call ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Which is black now. You know what I'm saying? Because black is new. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
but see,
black didn't exist before.
Because some of us didn't come over on a boat.
Oh, yeah.
I think my people were already here.
No. But
they changed the name so that they could confuse us all.
Black is an actual racist term.
Into our history, where we came from, our lineage, because some of us are owed that good old Indian check. And I think
No,
I'm
for real.
one of them people.
No, me too.
Who's
I think-
on that
right.
girl Indian
Indigenous.
chick.
Me too.
Yes.
I think there's a lot indigenous. Thank you, forgive
Right.
me, because
No, you good.
that's what the Native American people call it. I have a
Right.
friend who gets the Indian check, and he calls it an Indian check.
But that's
so it makes me laugh.
But that's why they came up with that one drop. Then you are put
Yeah.
in that box.
That's it.
You know, and you know that was
Yep.
that was so that, just to your you know Jewish people are still called Jewish. Japanese people are still called Japanese.
Yes, they are.
There's not a new culture that came from that because of the you know obviously the disconnection from the original. Changing the names, we don't have none of our names. Everybody in here got a white last name, from what I
Yeah.
understand.
Yep.
If your name
That's
ain't
the South.
African,
Yeah.
period. You got a slave last name,
Or indigenous. I know.
right? You know what I'm saying? Like that's it.
But some of that ain't our fault though.
No,
It's not
it's
about-
not. It's not at all.
fault. Yeah,
But
not
what
fault.
I'm saying is we've created a new identity from that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what
Which
we
is
do.
and we are in black culture is infant in comparison to what else is existed.
But it's
you know What I'm saying?
dominant.
Currently, it is not
Because
dominant.
listen, no, it
No,
is
it's
dominant.
dominant.
For what?
Because if you took black culture away from the Japanese, the East Indians, and
But
who is the other ones? There's one more group.
But call it what it is.
But if you took it away from them, they would have nothing.
But call it what it is.
Because
That's
they
true.
copy everything
that-
that we do.
No.
And call it what
They
it is.
sell
It's
us
called
what we
hip
want.
hop.
It is called hip hop,
No,
but
it
it's
ain't
hip-hop
still
culture.
black.
No, it ain't about
It's
hip hop.
still
First of
black.
all.
No, but
Before
that's
hip
what-
hop existed,
It's
this was
still black
happening.
culture.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
the name for it.
Yeah, that's
That's
how
fair.
they.
But that's how
they
they
make it.
did
Yeah.
it now.
That's the
That's
name
how
for
they
it. It's
make
called
it
hip hop
palatable.
culture.
That's
Yes.
fair.
Because
if you
fair.
say black culture, it's completely undesirable.
Right.
But when
Right.
you
If
say hip hop,
and that also
okay, that's I
we
can
can
take
all
that.
relate.
and
Exactly.
it's inclusive to everybody, even though what it is, it's mimicking and appropriating shit that we've started.
And then that takes
Exactly.
me, and then that takes me to the original conversation, the disrespect of the black woman. Because now here it is,
Yes.
black women wore braids forever.
Yeah.
But then back in the 70s, Cicely Tyson had a braids. She was mocked. But here come in 1979 or 8, Bo Derek does it. Oh my God, it's the greatest
And
thing ever.
everybody wants
Well,
them.
of course.
Now everybody wants, and then here in modern day times, women still wearing braids, of course. And then the Kardashians come. Well, as I call them, the Kardashians.
Yes,
They do it.
exactly.
And then obviously it's the greatest thing in the world. And I'm like, but if we knew our history, we wouldn't accept that. Because do you all know what braiding was for anyway?
Yeah.
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 It was drawing the maps for
drawing maps.
Drawing maps for
They
escape.
would
The
braid-
parts in the hair was for drawing maps.
They would braid rice into the baby's hair
Right.
when they couldn't come back home for food. So
Exactly.
that's also a thing.
But see, a lot of us don't know that.
Uh-huh.
Because we don't read or whatever.
Yes.
Right. But I'm like, that's ours. That's our shit.
Mm-hmm.
But we just take it.
But you gotta understand though. We've as coaches, we've all have shared cultures from different places. People think fried chicken is a black thing. It's not a
It's
black
not.
thing.
No.
You know what I'm saying? We
No,
just
it's not.
it's not a black thing. Even fucking French fries wasn't even in fucking France.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like
Right.
so
Pizza's not Italian.
Facts.
right. You know exactly.
Facts.
So you know so that there's not this whole thing is if it's ours we keep it. Like honestly,
Not keep it,
we
but-
are our one fucking human race. Like if
We
we
are.
break it
Yeah,
down,
true.
we're gonna eat and we're gonna share ideas. That's what we need to do. Is it that we want credit? Is that what it is? Like we want the fucking and then all will be solved? No.
No,
So
it'll be
it's kind of like what areas are we fighting for and what's actually important? And I feel like there's a lot of arguments that happen
Yeah.
on shit that's not that's not changing. It's just for a motherfucker to just basically say, "Oh, you're right."
Yeah.
Like I always say, in most arguments, people don't argue to actually get to the point. How many arguments you ever heard where a person made a good point, the other person was like, "Oh, okay,
Oh,
well, this
wow.
argument's
You're
over."
like, "Oh, wow,
Oh,
wow,
you
yeah.
won. Not
You won,
ever.
my nigga, you
People
won.
argue for the sake
Yeah.
of
Of
arguing.
arguing, yeah.
So y'all could be talking about A and B, but I'll bring up C and D just for the sake of continuing the argument. So I think that's what we get caught up in sometime. And let's get to the fucking point. Like you said, like we're the dominant culture.
Yes.
No, I believe that we are the maybe visually.
Yeah.
But even though so, we're still not, because still the standard is still white. That is still the standard, and the standard is the most dominant.
Yeah.
So
that's
so
a thing.
you know what I mean.
Well,
So
okay.
like
That's a thing.
standard fucking pictures and stock shit is still white people. When you see a black person, you're like, you actually know it's like, oh shit, there's a black person in that picture. You never say, oh shit, there's a white person in that picture. You know what I'm saying? So understand that we are still psychologically like set at the same social standard that we understand. Now we may be growing out. Well, of course we are.
We are growing out.
We are definitely growing out. And because we are black people and we're surrounded by black culture so much that for us, we only experience us being in that dominant world, you know. But if you go to certain places and they still haven't experienced a black person,
Where?
That's
Think
lies.
about that.
That's
No.
a lie.
Well,
That's a lie.
No,
That's not a lie. That's not
no,
a
it's
lie.
not. No, it's not.
No,
Okay,
I mean,
where?
when
Man.
you're talking about completely untouched,
No, but
completely away from everything,
Yeah.
people who do not have televisions and
No.
radios,
In
I'll buy that.
America.
Right.
No. America,
it's-
you have to realize that black culture is everywhere.
No. I'm not talking about seeing on TV. I'm talking about
human
having
experience.
to interact with a black person
Okay.
on a consistent basis.
That happened,
that's
that
the
happened to
thing.
me in
Hell
college.
yeah.
No, but that's
Where
the
you
thing.
go to school?
The black people being everywhere is a totally different thing.
Well, yeah.
But black culture being everywhere,
Well, they
whether
just
they
get the TV.
know it or not,
That's fair.
that's a
Right.
thing.
No,
But
that-
black
that's fair.
people, no, because
That's
no,
fair.
when I look and I see your children look at me like I'm an alien, that means your children have never seen black people.
I say this all the time. Some
so
people
that's
don't-
a thing.
some
But they
people
know
don't
who
they're racist.
Kanye West is.
Of
They know
course.
exactly what Kim Kardashian
Of
took.
course.
They know she got a fat ass.
Right.
They
She do
know
got a fat
that.
ass. I'm not gonna lie, that ass is
They
fat.
know that all the rappers. They know all this stupid trash trap rap.
No,
They know all them songs.
No doubt.
They know exactly who
No
MJ is. They know who
But
Michael Jordan
actually,
is.
you know what?
They know
You know
who
what though?
all the black
I will say
people.
this. I would disagree with that. Just from here, working at KLOS 95.5. Y'all know anything about that station? It's a classic rock station,
Okay.
right? Been around forever. They were huge at the time of the Wayne's World. They were groundbreaking all over the world. They were the number one station in the world, for rock and roll. I was talking to them. I was like, yeah. So like y'all, they had no idea when I said YG, no clue, never heard of them.
Sweetheart,
And-
that's a young people
no,
thing
no,
because
no,
I don't know
no,
what
no.
a YG is.
But
most-
YG,
but
I know
no,
YG.
no,
Is that a rapper?
No, this is what I'm
Okay.
saying.
He's from
as
out here.
popular as
Okay.
he is, even here, he is not a. He's not,
He's not
like
a household name.
No.
What
but
are we
see,
talking
no.
about? Are you kidding me?
No, he's not.
Why? He's not a
No,
household
he's not.
name.
He's
Oh,
not.
and all that.
He's not.
This is
Maybe
LA
he-
based
No.
station.
Oh,
though.
well, maybe-
He's
okay.
not.
This is a Los Angeles based
No.
station.
But for them
though.
to be radio, I feel they should have heard him.
That's my
But
point.
Even though
that's
that's not their
market.
genre.
No, it
That's
doesn't.
not
their
their
genre.
genre at all.
But this is what I'm
It
saying.
is
though.
not their job. It is not their
I'm just-
thing to
no,
know what we
I
are.
agree, but I'm saying the point is they have not experienced even being so close in proximity.
But
they
do you
still
think
haven't
that's a choice?
experienced it.
That's very micro.
But that's a choice.
Because black
It's-
culture
it's a
is
huge
macro.
station.
Black culture is Beyonce.
No, well, okay.
No, I'm
but-
trying to tell you.
Yeah,
I'm trying to tell you what I
agree.
know.
No, I agree.
YG is not a household name.
And Beyonce
and
is
where?
not a
Beyonce is a
where, though?
household name. Oprah is a household name.
Yes.
I'm talking about international
Okay, well, I mean,
responses.
But you think you're local.
YG is very
But-
local. YG
No,
is very
well,
he's
I
micro
would say this. Well,
black culture.
But
But you're comparing.
Yeah,
you're
you're
comparing
comparing,
two
like,
different things. You're comparing
she's
icons.
a
Yes.
mogul.
Icons
versus
are the
a
only
everyday
thing that
nobody
white
is
culture sees.
person.
Let's be crystal clear.
No,
White
because
culture only sees icons and macro
No,
black
because
culture.
Tyler Creator has
they
an
don't see
has an incredible
because
white
of
fan
who
base.
he was attached to.
But I'm
who
just-
was he attached to?
I'm just saying
Smiths.
that.
Was he attached to? Yes.
The Smiths.
Who? Tyler
The
Creator?
Smiths.
Nah,
Who
he-
was
I
he
don't know,
attached
I
to?
don't know. I don't know.
But
You know,
see-
Will
and
Jaden.
Frank
Will
Ocean.
and Jada.
Jaden, yeah, Jaden.
But my thing is, it is
He's not a household name.
Will
You know what I'm
Smith
saying?
is a household.
No. Tyler Creator's not a household
Oh.
name.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
Like-
because I don't know who that is.
But he is literally like for white people. He had like one of the biggest albums, and no black person I knew had it.
yeah,
But
that's you. That's
but-
what hip hop
but
is,
he's-
is created
nah,
for white kids.
So I'm so
Now it is.
exactly what it
that's
is.
fair.
Yeah, it's
but
created
but
for
I'm
white
saying
children.
it's even hard to even just assess, in that world because like I said, everybody kind of has their own bubbles. What I'm saying. So in
Yes,
our bubble,
that's a thing.
in our bubble, like black culture is bigger in our bubble because we experience it so much on a consistent basis. But it's people who haven't experienced it at all. You know what I'm saying? Well,
Nah.
I'm not gonna say it all, but
Exactly. You
But-
can't
but-
say it all.
okay,
because
that's fair.
people have seen black culture on other people.
yes,
yeah.
And they didn't realize it was black culture.
But it's some people who don't even know they're racist because they don't have enough interaction.
Yes.
So they're like, "That's racist." I didn't know. Like,
Yeah.
my bad. Like I literally had no idea. No, for real. Like, I was in Pittsburgh. When we was in Pittsburgh, we was with this guy. I mean, he generally looks like Waka Flocka, like same size, height. Like, I mean, literally. And so, like, this white lady came up and she was like, "Are you a rapper?" And everybody got so offended. And I was
If
like,
he
why?
looks like a rapper though,
but
like a specific rapper.
Yeah.
He
No,
might.
no.
I
but
mean, you said he
that's
looks like
not
Waka
what
Flocka.
But that's not what she said from the beginning.
Okay.
What did she say?
She
Right.
said, "You look like a rapper."
Okay.
You got what?
Can you mark for me?
What
All
is
right. It was a bug on me.
Oh.
Hey, thanks.
I was like, was it a bee?
Right.
Was it gonna sting you?
But
You're okay.
but she asked him.
saying because literally, and Eric knows I'm in IT. I was so several times I've had it for our first class. I sit down in first class in just some jeans, a shirt, whatever, and the first thing the lady asked me was I a singer or some kind of rap artist, and I said, I'm in IT. What the hell are you saying?
Right.
Just
So-
because I was in first class, I had to be an entertainer. I couldn't be
But
educated.
that may be the only type of black culture
they've ever
that
seen,
they
yeah.
But that- but
experience
that-
is
but
from
that
the-
is.
like just
But
like
they're
TJ
also-
said.
but that's
that-
also the expectation
I mean, that's
from outside cultures as well.
So is that so?
who
Now,
are the wealthiest people in the black culture that we can identify on a
Art,
consistent basis.
athletes, musicians,
Athletes,
and
entertainers.
people in
but that's
media.
what they show.
That's right.
They don't show
That's-
us the business people.
That's
But
right.
that's also, once again, that's also who we know. I mean,
That's right.
how many black business people do we know? The only one I know is the guy that owns Atom Factory and Damon John.
And you got that one.
You know what I'm saying? So,
But
you
no,
know,
the thing it's a fact. That's the truth.
Right.
That's for
well,
real.
Shonda, now were you offended when she?
Also,
Shonda, were you offended when she?
absolutely offended, and I said it to her. And it made it very clear. I went pedigree all the way down from top to the bottom on it.
Now, as pro-black as I am, I would have been offended. I don't know.
Well, no, that is offensive
It
to
is
people,
offensive.
to regular black people who
I know.
are
Kyrie
wealthy,
was like,
who
"Oh,
have
thank you."
trades, who are
Thank
who
you.
have who have worked hard to have an actual career.
Yeah.
It's definitely offensive
Like,
because there are black lawyers.
Yeah.
There are black dentists.
And-
There are black people. There are black venture
and it's-
capitalists.
but
There
how-
are black people who
how
do
would
that,
they
but they're
know?
not. We're not.
Like-
they're not worshipped
But
in,
I'm saying, like,
And that's
in
it.
the same way that athletes and musicians.
as a
and-
white person
Yeah.
who don't experience black people outside of what I see, or you know what I'm saying, based on where I'm from.
Yeah.
You know, how can I identify you as anything different? Because once again, like you said, it's not
You
shown.
ask a question. You first ask
You know,
a question.
no, oh yeah, well that's being
What
polite,
do you
of
right?
course.
What do you do?
Hello, my name is.
Hi, what do you do?
I'm
Yeah.
sitting next to you. Are you going somewhere on vacation? Are you doing? Start a conversation. Don't automatically.
See,
jump
but
into
they don't have to
what
do
you
that.
think.
They
Right.
don't have to do that. White people get the luxury of not knowing anything and just bumping around in the world, not knowing anything.
Right, that is
Everybody
true.
else
That
has
is
to
very
know
true.
everything.
That is very true.
We
I will
must
give
be
you that.
aware of all things at all times. White
That's
people
very
get
true.
to just dumb luck their way through life
That is-
and
Black-
just be rich with it.
Because black people are always on defense.
We know everything.
That's true too.
We're on defense every
Yes.
single day.
But
we
now-
know
okay.
everything that'll piss people off, so we don't do it. We know
Yeah,
everything
we-
that
But now
happens.
you-
we
in
have to
society.
maneuver the world differently.
Yes, we do.
That's why we got to meet
Versus-
first. People, you walk up to, like I always say, like this how you get through. I grew up in Inglewood, so it's a lot of gang violence, and they just be like, how'd you navigate? I say what's up first, and I automatically wipe the mug off their face by what's up and hit them with a smile. They know I'm not a threat, and it
Right.
changes their whole demeanor. Because like you said,
Yeah.
from the beginning, they're on defense. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So
And we teach the younger generation to be on defense too.
All the
but
time.
because we are
Yeah.
living in this
Weird.
multicultural
Yeah.
place
Except
and
not
space,
really. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
but
mhm.
they're doing it differently.
Yeah.
But they're also doing it with kids that don't look like them too.
Yeah.
I have
because
a theory,
of
Mark.
a lot of other shit.
I got a theory about racism. I think it's
Oh.
going to end. I'm gonna tell you why. Why
You
I
gonna
think
be
it's
allowed to see it?
I'm gonna tell you why I think it's going to
And
end.
there's the question.
No, I don't know that.
That's what my fear
That I don't
is
know.
that I won't be alive to even see it in.
But I mean that's just how it goes though. I mean Dr. King's not here allowed to see what we're doing now.
and
so,
why is he not here?
I mean he was killed.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So but
The
I
most
mean,
nonviolent person in the world
but either
was
way,
murdered
he had
in
hoes,
cold
though,
blood.
But he had
Who
hoes.
cares? That doesn't mean he gets to die.
No, I'm just messing.
No,
around.
he definitely was the most nonviolent, most peaceful.
No, for sure.
He wore
For
the
sure.
right suits.
for sure. So it was
He was seen in the right places.
yeah, definitely.
And he was still murdered in cold blood.
But this is my theory. It's going to end because there's so much mixing and matching going on.
No, it's
as,
that's
All
not
right.
going to help.
But it's always
No, no.
it was mixing and
It
matching.
was
Wait, hold
mixing
on,
and
hold on.
matching a long
Back in
time
slavery
ago.
time.
Let me finish.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
It's going to shift from race to something else, and that's what I'm saying because it's
Yeah.
going to be
It
way.
already is shifting.
It already
Yeah,
is shifting.
It's
So
shifting
it's-
to class.
Class.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Classism.
It's
Yeah.
going to shift completely because.
But that's still us at the bottom.
I don't
No, no,
think
no, no.
it's ever
It
been
ain't gonna-
anything
dude,
else. I think
how
the
many-
race problem has kept the poor people fighting. I think
Well,
it's always been a class issue,
What- what's-
personally.
no,
It's always
see,
been a class issue.
Now,
Yes.
now
I can agree with that.
Now,
Yeah.
see, now that's where some people disagree and agree with Bernie Sanders on is because he
Okay.
thinks it's more of a class. Which I think
Yeah.
what it is that black people are placed with the low class. We're identified
Absolutely.
with the low class.
Absolutely.
So
regardless of
regardless.
how much money we make.
And,
Well,
and then
regardless.
That's exactly
racism
right.
kicks in when poor white people feel like they shouldn't be poor with black people.
Exactly.
And that's where you have
Well,
slave
I
masters.
think now this is me. If
If they was outside
you're
with us.
white and you're poor, that's your fucking fault
It is.
because this
No, it
country
is.
is set up for you.
Exactly.
So if you white and you poor,
Yep. But see, then there's that.
No,
They
no.
haven't had to.
No, but that's
People
that's-
have brought them everything.
Right.
So now people have stopped bringing them everything. Now they're like, I'm poor and I'm hungry. What is happening right now? Oh my God, the coal mine closed?
Nah, I can't roll with that.
Oh no, for real.
can't
They
roll with
have
that.
been
Okay.
brought.
I can't
They have
roll
been
with that.
given everything
I-
their
I can't-
entire
I can't
existence,
roll
All the
with that.
time.
and they stole everything else.
This what I always say. I truly believe that it's not necessarily an advantage for white people, more so than it is a disadvantage for black people. You know what I'm saying?
That's a thing.
They are the
not.
culture. Because
Racism does not benefit them. They
No.
think it does,
No,
but
no, no.
it doesn't.
No,
it
it
makes
doesn't.
them weak.
because they
and
still
complacent.
they still have competition within each other. You know
Yes,
what I'm saying?
they do.
Regardless.
But
Regardless.
it doesn't matter because the common enemy is us.
No,
No, they don't care
At
if they have
times.
competition.
And that's true.
They'll be fighting each other. When a black person stops, they'll be like, "We glad we not that motherfucker. Want to get a beer?"
I think we give white people too much credit.
No.
No, they've
Because
stolen
here's
the
the thing.
credit.
Why do you think we give
Now,
them
in,
too much credit?
in a business deal, you have two white people who do not like each other.
Yes.
This black person comes in who is even more qualified than him. He's going to get the job because why? He's white. What we do, we'll come in, not like each other. Fuck you. We'll give it to this
Right.
white dude. But I think my business will flow better. So we'll give it to them.
Okay. Here's an argument
Facts.
from here's an argument from a white person's perspective. You know what I'm saying? I didn't come up in slavery. I don't see all this beneficial shit. I'm not one of those white people. Correct? I'm just gonna give you an example.
Yeah.
Right? So
I've heard that.
Okay,
I have too.
I'm not one of those white people. I'm poor fucking too. So just because you black don't mean that I should let you eat first. I'm hungry too. We in the same situation. Okay.
And I'm like, well, why is that?
Now here it is. Now
That part.
now check this out. We both apply to college, right? And you have all these extra scholarships that you can apply for just based on the fact that you're black, right? I don't have that. I can only apply for the ones that you can apply for as well. And I also cannot apply for the ones that you can't apply for.
That's because usually white people can pay for their children to go to school.
I was about to say
I'm
that.
just giving it. I'm
Black
giving up,
people need the assistance
no, I agree.
at
I'm just
times,
giving-
not all the time.
No, I'm
At
giving
times.
it. It's still expensive. Like I said, all white people ain't rich. That's why I said we give them too
They're
much credit.
not, but
So,
they have more wealth than black people do.
And they have resources.
And they do have
More
resources.
The ones
they
that
can
do, yes,
save.
absolutely.
They were able to buy a house that is absolute capital and can become profit.
that's true.
But
For
black
this particular
people
person,
can't. A lot of us cannot.
for this particular person, and quite frankly, a lot of white people in America have this type of situation where they still. Or there's a lot of white poor people in America. We're in California. You know what I'm saying? It's, like I said,
Just
once
go
again,
east, you'll find
Yeah,
them.
is what I'm
Yeah.
saying. You know what I'm saying? If you
Midwest.
you go to fucking middle of Pennsylvania, nowhere, motherfuckers ain't bought. They broke. You know what I'm saying? And they're white.
You know
what I'm
why,
saying? Like,
though? Because they didn't have to get an education. They didn't have to be a better human. They all got a job at the factory or the coal mine, and they worked that until they died. Now the factory and the coal mine is gone.
Codes.
So now you actually have to be a decent human or you have to be an educated human
But
to
even
function
then,
in
that's
society. They're
enough
not
to survive,
going
though.
to
That ain't
school.
rich.
Right.
That ain't-
Black
that ain't building
people are
wealth.
trying to figure our lives out. We're going to school. We're getting degrees. We're going
They're
all
not
kind of.
going
We're
to
building.
school. They on meth.
They're not. They
This really
can
with the
though,
Black women.
because they
Kyrie?
would qualify for the exact same grants and scholarships that we would.
Oh,
'cause
right.
They're broke.
What you say on the phone?
Funny that you say that, or they're even on other stuff. When we were having a crack at them, we were getting arrested.
Check.
on the
Please say that
They
again.
would assassinate them from death.
Please say
because
that
of
again.
Right,
Please.
right.
All right. So I'm going to turn it
I
back.
mean, they would never do that for us. I mean, so every time there is something that is quote unquote to keep us down, they take it to the full limit. As soon as it affects their neighborhood, they come up with solutions, cures,
Yep.
more resources, more money to make sure that the white people stay on top.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, let's keep on having
I-
sex and babies, and we're gonna see what happens.
Now, that's what I say. The black family.
But we're
So-
not.
No,
Then
it's-
there's
it's-
that
no, I'm
is we're
saying-
not.
Oh, no, it's gonna be
people
so
aren't
much
having
missing.
kids as much as we used to.
But we're having enough.
Especially-
We're fine.
Yeah, but
We're fine.
black
I
men,
don't
black
know.
men going away from black women,
Black
and
women.
we're creating.
there's that.
Oh, it's all about
And
black
some of
men
them-
now.
some of
Oh,
them.
this is crazy.
Well,
'cause
wait, no.
Nobody's on Serena Williams' head. She gets the free fucking pass.
Oh, that's
huh?
not true at
How
all.
many
That's not
is
true.
no? She dated everybody. She dated Drake.
She was the
She
Common.
dated
I'm not
Common.
saying who
she
she
was
dated.
dating people in her black men in her tax bracket, and none of them asked her to marry her.
There's a lot.
Well,
Okay,
marry him.
Oprah. Okay,
And Oprah too.
what's up with Oprah?
Well, Oprah got Stedman.
Oh, but they ain't married, and I wonder why.
She wear that wearing though.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Everybody know who she with,
Right.
and everybody know who he with.
But that's
Right.
not okay for a man to do, regardless. It ain't about okay.
what if they
how-
both came
how
to that
you marry-
agreement?
Every day.
I agree with you. I'm just saying it's not the same. It's not the same. Like we don't have the same emotional, reaction to it.
Well, Oprah ain't trying to have no babies at 60,
That
whatever.
But they've been together since she was 30-something. She wasn't having no
Yeah,
baby.
she just
But she has such
protecting
a
her
focused on her
traumatic
career.
But she has such a traumatic history. She's had abortions and she's had miscarriages and
That
she was
ain't-
raped.
Yeah,
There's
she talks about all that.
Yeah,
That's
there's
not-
a whole sexual
But it's a
thing that's
whole
happened
lot
with
of-
that
but
lady.
she's not-
Yeah.
that don't
Like,
make
she's
her
probably
no
guarding
different from
herself.
Anybody else?
That's what it is.
She's guarding
guarded.
herself. She's guarded with good reason.
It's a whole lot of people that's guarded. You don't know why men are guarded for certain reasons. You know what I'm saying? You know
But we talk about
Mama
we're
used
gonna
to
talk
get
about black
that.
women
We're talking
today.
about specific
You're
people.
right.
Black
You're right. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on.
People.
I'll digress.
But even to his point, though, he said, what about Oprah's statement? At least they're in a committed relationship
Yes.
and have been for years with each other,
Yes.
and they're both black.
So they basically married.
I'm just saying, look, if I do that with somebody, they're gonna be like, why you still ain't married?
You know,
Period.
but you know the only reason why they're gonna get on your head about it is if you're not rich, then they feel like you
rich
can.
or not.
Well, no,
I'll be
because
getting the
if
third
you're, but
degree.
if you are a celebrity, if you're a celebrity, what you do, because now that you're in a whole different bracket of human being, whatever you do, people don't feel like they can relate to you anyway.
No, you're not in a different bracket of human being, in my personal perspective.
But that's how
You
celebrities are
just got
treated. So
money.
therefore, what they do is so
no,
whatever.
No, it's what we allow them because we put them there. So we give them passes that we want to
Right.
give a person who's not necessarily a
Right. So
celebrity.
somebody that's technically on your level, oh no, you
I'm
ain't
a-
letting
I'm
get
a-
away with shit.
Now I'm gonna swing it back to black women, but I'm gonna read this point that Ray made, and I bet you this is some white bullshit. I legit have a friend who has decided to be homeless so he can have a story of his life.
That's exactly what they do. But here's the fucked up part. The fucked up part is that somebody is going to turn that story into a Netflix movie and make him rich anyway.
Well, somebody turn my
What
shit
is
to a Netflix
Because
Yeah.
you're black. They don't care if you're poor. That's the norm.
movie. Turn my shit to
No,
a
that's
Netflix
the
movie.
norm. They think that we're poor. They
I
think
have
we're
a
poor.
friend-
We
yeah.
all can dance and we all can sing, which is why it's not novel. Even though we all can't sing, we all can't dance, and
We-
all of us aren't poor.
We all were poor. We all
but
have
we're
rhythm.
not anymore.
No,
we
I
don't
don't
all
got
have
rhythm.
rhythm.
No,
No,
we
we
don't.
don't.
I'm saying,
Everybody don't got rhythm.
Everybody does
No.
not have
well, of
rhythm.
course, I mean, we can always split hairs, but on a mass scale,
No, not on a mass scale. We are not a monolith, honey. Everybody
on
is
a mass
black.
scale,
All black people
generally
are not
have
everything.
rhythm. No, of course not all.
No, but all black people are not one thing.
No, but
we are not all religious.
with-
We are not
all
all
white people
rhythmic.
are not racist.
We are
that's
not
true.
all, exactly. All white
So-
people are not racist,
but
but we
I'm
are not
saying-
all one thing.
No, I agree
And
with
we
that.
have to. That's what we're trying to get away from, I think. And I think we're kind of going to the wrong edge of that in our effort to not be a monolith. We're all trying to be individuals, but we're all separating and not being a community.
Pseudo
And that's
individualism.
what is a huge
And,
problem, right?
and check it out. So and she asked to the story. I said, "Is he white?" Yes. He
course
had
he is.
everything given to him, and I met him in college. He graduated, has a degree and everything, and he's choosing to live in a tent on the side of the road.
And
Bitch, I ain't
they'll
got that
make-
kind of motherfucking option.
They will
I would
make a Netflix, but no, they
Right.
will find him.
Yeah.
And they will hear this, and they'll go, oh, "We need to give him a TV show. That's fascinating."
We'll give you a $5 million bonus.
Right.
Fucking disgusting.
But yeah. So anyway, back to black women. Now, this to me, I viewed this differently. This week we had the courtroom with Amber Geiger.
Yeah.
The case
Yeah.
where she walked into an apartment that she knew wasn't hers and killed this black man. And so some people, the argument is like, how do you know it wasn't hers? How do you know it wasn't hers? Well, he had a red doormat in front of his door. She had no doormat. One. And in these apartment buildings, how the locks are made, where if it's not your, because since everything looks alike, if the lock is not yours, when you turn the key, it's going to turn red to let you know it's wrong. If it's yours, it turns green. Clearly, it turned red, but you still busted in there. And this is just my theory.
These gotta be some nice apartments. I'm thinking. These gotta be
It was
some-
real nice the way they
It's
showed.
a
Okay,
lie.
yeah.
Now, and this
It's
is
a lie.
And before,
She was lying.
oh, she was like, clearly through
Because you don't kick in somebody else's door
but it's yours.
when you think it's yours.
Right. So, what I'm about to say, let me give my disclaimer that I have when I have guests on. Though the views and opinions of Kire Sinise are those of his and not of his guests, please don't take it out on them or the Good News radio station. There, I said it.
Oh, Lord.
So, there, I said it. So, I'll turn it down.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Okay.
There you go. You good. You good.
So, I believe, and I got this from, well, I always thought this, that she knew him. And I think they were fucking. I think she found out he's giving away this mandingo to somebody else. She called her girlfriend, Mallory, I don't know what to do. Brotham Jean is fucking Susie.
Is this your conspiracy, by the way?
This is my
Yeah,
conspiracy.
Okay,
This is
cool.
me.
Oh, this is nice.
Yeah.
So and
It is.
Mallory,
Isn't that fun?
and then-
Isn't that sweet and fun?
Right.
and then Mallory, of course,
That's
says,
nice.
and Mallory, of course, says,
Innocent.
well,
Yeah.
well, you're a cop. Go shoot him.
Tyrese.
And here it is. That's a grand idea. Because now I'm just saying it because
Nah.
not just women, but even
It's his conspiracy. Let him have it.
Okay, I'm gonna let him have it. Okay, I'm gonna let him have it. Okay.
It's for reality TV.
Okay,
It's a shoot with it.
reality radio.
Exactly.
no, this is
Lord.
I just believe they knew each other. But then I also said they knew each other when the brother got on the stand. He was like, Brotham would want you to have the best. He wants you to live a great life.
Ain't that a
Can I give her a hug?
so
And the way
tired.
they took, I'm like,
I'm
I
so
think they
tired.
know each other. And then the father saying, I want to be your friend one day. Who the hell?
Oh my God.
Right.
I really.
And to me, and I brought it into this to disrespect the black woman because for me, I believe that was the most disrespectful thing for the mother. And then the judge, who, by the way, if you all don't know, has been endorsed by the Dallas Police Department every time she runs to be elected.
Oh, of course.
So,
Of
yeah.
course.
There's that. How many?
Trash.
And I want someone, if you know this, call in or hit the chat line. Anybody sitting here? How many black people have gone to court, been found guilty, and have gotten a hug and a Bible and offered Christ in their life at the end of the day? From any judge.
I can guarantee
What
you
a black.
zero.
I ain't
Exactly.
seen it.
Guaranteed.
I ain't heard of
Right.
it.
Wait,
I don't
you know what? This is the whole story, the details of the case. I still need to learn more about that to make a decision on how I feel about how the whole situation went down because I'm getting pieces here and I'm getting.
Well, I
ideas
followed
here.
it since the
No.
beginning.
I'm just
Right.
I don't have it all, so I'm
Right.
I'm sitting there listening. But at the end, as far as the hug situation, I feel like this. We brought up Dr. King earlier.
Yeah.
That's what he would have done.
I'm Malcolm X.
I
And
feel
he's
like-
dead.
No, but you also said he was
No,
also.
and
Wait.
he's
he-
dead.
but he
when
was
they
also one of
killed
the
him,
most
You
peaceful.
he was starting to agree
True.
with Malcolm X's approach.
You thought
I
Dr.
agree.
King would have hugged her had she killed
That's
His
Mark-
child.
His child?
That's
No.
what I'm saying in that
No.
type of situation. Just
Or
the way
she
he
killed
was.
Coretta.
Just the way he
Exactly.
was. Just the way he was. I can see Dr. King doing that for
But
sure.
I'm more Malcolm X, though.
No,
I
but
don't know.
here's the
I'm not
thing.
mad at-
When
hey,
they
I'm not
killed him, he was starting to believe and understand the point that or the place where Malcolm X was coming
No,
from.
no, I think
so. When he
been
died,
understood it,
I don't think he would have hugged them because he realized when he said that he has integrated his people into a burning house, he was awake.
yeah.
He was all about that love and hugging
Right.
and let's just love. We just need more
Let's
love.
be
He was about
one.
that shit in the beginning.
Hey,
At the end, though,
what y'all not gonna do is
he was
sit
about to get into
disrespect
some
Dr.
gangster
King
shit. He
and
was
mock
ready to
that
get into some
man.
gangster shit.
Right.
No, I'm not trying to
But
mock
I
him.
thought that
I'm
was
saying that he
I thought it was a slap in the
evolved.
face though, to the mother. I thought that was a slap in her
Yeah.
face, and she even said, "Now, this is me, and you all can think of me what you want to think." Now, if it's the Haitians got on Twitter and were saying, "Well, that's not what it is. Don't be fooled."
Yeah, I heard about that
In
too.
voodoo,
Witchcraft.
what you
Yeah.
do is you hug the person
It's
first,
so
and
much
then,
shit.
and
That's
then the mother,
bullshit.
and then the mother
Niggas
came
don't
and
know
said,
voodoo.
No, they do.
"Shit, the
Niggas
Haitians
made
go to New
voodoo.
Orleans.
But then,
Yeah.
and then the
Created
mother
voodoo.
said, the mother came out and said, "Don't take what my son did as total forgiveness." I'm like, well, maybe it's something. Me and my mother had discussed. I said, maybe there's something to it. Now, if he was casting a spell on her, I'm with you. But if you was cooning to offer her Christ, as you said, bullshit.
But it
'Cause
doesn't matter if they were putting a curse on him because it looked like he
why
was
do it look like?
cooning.
Yeah, it did.
Has that
That's
judge-
what it looked like. It
Have
doesn't
we-
matter what it actually was.
So that judge, have we seen? I would like to see if that judge has done that or something similar to that in other cases. I want to know if that's like a common thing that he does before
She.
we. I'm sorry, she. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, like I said, I don't know all the details
okay.
of the situation, but I would like to see if that's a common thing.
Well, yeah, I want to see
because
also,
because if I've done it before, that's something that I'll do as a judge.
what,
you know what I'm saying? So I
what
don't know.
judicial person comes off the bench and gives you a Bible and says, "I'm going to pray for you. Let's pray."
I mean,
and
there's
hug you
a,
and pray.
I mean, there is a
When you
whole
got
lot of
black men
factors.
being sentenced for selling weed,
Well, hey,
out
also-
20
25
years.
years.
Hey, this what you also have to incorporate. She was an officer. You know what I'm saying?
oh
And I-
God,
No,
was
hold
she
on.
an officer?
Hold on.
Oh, maybe
I'm-
that's what it is. I
No,
didn't think about that.
and no,
the judge was an officer.
No. I don't know if the judge was an officer. No.
Oh, you
Amber.
mean the Amber was an
No,
officer?
yeah, I'm
Right,
sorry.
okay.
So automatically the legal system has a different type of sympathy for the police department. If they do any wrong, they're always going to get more of a empathetic
Yes.
approach.
and they're
from-
always
so-
going to protect their
so-
white woman.
So
Always.
I'm not mad at that.
Because the
Regardless.
white woman is the most revered creature on the planet. While
No,
the black
she's
woman
not.
yeah.
is the
She's
most-
actually one of the. She's a possession. She's not revered at all.
white women.
The only reason
Why,
that
what?
white
So you
men
fear them?
I fear white women.
no, you should, but you should
Yeah.
fear the actual retaliation from the white man because
I'll beat his ass.
the white woman is his possession, and he will absolutely do whatever he has to one, protect his possession, and to make you know that his possessions are valuable to him.
I just, to me, it's like the whole Emmett Till thing. Just sits like deep
course.
into my
And that's
mind.
what this was.
And that's,
It was.
And that's
To me.
why
Yeah,
I
it was.
always.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know
It
if this
Emmett
was
Till
that,
all
but
over. No,
but
it was because that was an innocent black boy.
No, yeah,
black
but,
man.
But I mean, it's
who
like
was
just
killed
as far as the details,
living
of it.
his he was in his home
Eating ice cream.
in
Sitting on
his
the couch.
boxers
Yeah.
with his door locked
Yeah, how did
and
she
was
get in? That's
killed.
She kicked it in.
how,
in his
I'm trying.
home
How did she kick in a door?
because
like,
she's a
She's
cop.
a cop.
God.
And she was still.
she's fucking 5'6".
Doesn't matter.
A cop
She's
don't make
a
you
cop.
superhuman.
But
Put
they
them
teach
boots
you how
on.
to do that.
Put
They
them
don't-
boots on to kick
It,
that door in.
it doesn't matter
They
how.
use
It
batter
doesn't
ram,
matter
dog,
how.
to get the
His
door.
door
She
was
was by
closed
herself.
and locked.
Huh?
She was by
How
herself. She was
she
off
got
duty.
That's what I'm
into his
saying.
house
With her
doesn't
gun.
matter.
No,
doesn't matter.
No, that is
No,
a
it doesn't
that is
matter.
a very important detail.
No, it's not because his door was closed and locked.
No, but that's what I'm saying. So for her thinking that it was that, I'm saying as far as the thought process from her. I'm not saying as far as like her being.
Well, that's
let
why I
off.
said I think.
I'm
Because
saying, like,
I don't think she just.
yeah, like,
I
how
think
do you-
I'm going to kill my neighbor today.
Yeah, like I
I
can't.
think she knew him.
So I'm saying like, how do you like? Because from what I got in the original situations, that he opened the door because he heard somebody like at the
He
door.
didn't open the
No,
door.
I know. Like I said, I don't.
He was
I'm
chilling, looking
learning,
at Netflix and eating ice
I'm
cream. I don't
learning.
watch Netflix.
I'm learning the details. I don't
Yeah.
even. I don't even know where in the body he got shot. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
Do
No,
we?
it was Center Point, Mass.
But was it?
It was Center Point, Mass.
So-
She was trying to kill him
in his chest.
It was in his chest.
Yeah.
Okay, so
She shot
right.
him several times.
No, well, yeah,
and none of them
they're
left
shot to shoot
Center
in
Point,
threes.
Mass.
So,
None of
So
them
she's
left.
a great shot.
Yeah.
oh well, she close range, shit. You know what I'm saying? So
And she did not administer mouth to
CPR.
mouth
No,
or
she didn't.
CPR.
Yeah, I heard that.
So when
But
he
how
was
did
dying, it was
she-
not your concern.
But how did
You didn't care that he was dying.
No, Mallory had a great idea. Kill
It's
him.
because even if it's the reason, and the reason why I'm asking is more so to be on the prosecution aspect, more so the defense. Like that's a very important part. If you kick the door down, you ain't kicking your own shit down. If I
No,
can't
you're
get in,
exactly.
if I can't get in, I mean I did do that studio too, but that was for a different situation.
That was a
But-
studio.
right? But
It was
I know
your
it's not-
home.
right?
Because he is. Well,
It's
Yeah, I'm
easier
not-
to actually board up your studio
Right,
than to
it's
fix
just-
your house door.
Right.
Yeah, but I
Right.
mean, but either way, it was like I'm not gonna just kick my shit in, like
Right.
even if it's my
Yeah.
shit. So, and that's why I'm like,
You're poking holes in
You
her
gotta
story.
call. You gotta call
dude,
maintenance.
and I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you right now, I tried to kick a door down. It took me and my cousin to bust through that door in that studio. Me and my cousin. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, there's some
Did she have some
details.
help?
There's,
Well, maybe
that's
she
what I'm
can.
saying. Like, there's some details that's very tricky because I don't see no frail white woman kicking down no fucking door.
That's because you see white women as frail. Do you
No.
see how this? No.
I said
Do
just
you
kick down the door.
see?
'Cause you
Do
just
you
gotta
see
frail.
I've
the
seen-
societal?
No.
Do
I
you
saw-
see the
no,
conditioning that you
no,
have?
no. I
Because
saw her. I
you
know she
just
looked
saw
like
a white female
No.
as frail.
no. But I'm talking about the person I actually have seen. I'm not.
She wasn't frail. She may be petite in stature, but frail is different than petite in stature
Well,
and petite in build.
I'm probably using words to just to strengthen my point.
Yeah, but the words that you're saying
But I mean, but
are words that you've been conditioned to use to see
Nah.
women as a gentle, little fragile
Hell no.
flower.
You're not frail.
And
I
they
would not
can't
call
be.
you-
Now, she said his door.
I would not call you frail.
She said his door was open. It was closed but
this-
unlocked.
See, this is what I'm saying.
But it
These
was
are the-
closed.
But it was closed.
But-
right.
Okay, once
closed.
again, now we're arguing C and D. I'm saying, did she kick the door down or not? Was it open? Was it closed? These are details because if I walk in mistakenly my home and it's open, I can easily walk into a door. I have actually gone to the third
Well,
floor.
Joshua-
of my apartment.
See, but we don't. Here's the thing, sweetheart. We don't care.
But what do
We
you
don't.
mean?
I'm sorry. I hate to, because you're so interested in this.
But this
it
is for
doesn't
the-
matter.
but
A
I'm not-
black man was in his own
I'm
home.
speaking from a
in his
prosecution, though,
underwear.
not a defense.
He was doing
Okay.
nothing in his own home,
No,
But this is my
and
thing.
he was killed by a person
Because
in
that's-
his own home.
But that's the
it doesn't
argument.
matter
It
if
was-
he
it
was
was
in a
closed-
box.
closed or open.
It doesn't matter
That's the
if he
argument.
was right.
But
It
according to
doesn't
Joshua
matter.
Brown,
No, but-
who's no longer with us now,
Yeah, no, they
And-
killed him too.
That's
so according to
interesting.
him,
That's
he heard the
interesting.
commotion. That's why he testified. He heard the door.
That's interesting. Well, he heard probably the
He
shots.
heard, he heard the shots and he heard the arguing.
Right.
Now,
So they was
now-
arguing.
and this is the
Yeah.
thing. If you're
Interesting.
arguing with somebody, I don't know you. Why would I argue with you?
Because you're in my home.
Well, but we're not finna argue.
What are you doing
Right.
in
Why
my
are you
But
home?
an argument.
Get the fuck out of my house.
Right, but an
and she probably
argument
had
is
her
to-
gun drawn. Why are you in my house pointing a gun at me?
Right.
Why are you here? What is happening? Please stop. This is the natural
Definitely a bad
conversation
Yeah.
that you're having with someone who just entered your home when you were armed with a bowl of ice cream.
Right. So
You don't
I'm-
say, "Hi, ma'am. How are you? Why are you have that gun pointed at me?
Oh, no.
Why
Right.
are you in my
I'm trying to
home?
enjoy my bluebell.
I don't understand
I'm-
why you're here."
And I guess I'm trying to
Hey.
understand like the logic behind like
Coming
like,
in and killing.
Yeah, like what the fuck is wrong with you? You
That's
know what
the
I'm saying?
problem.
So
A scorned
That
woman
is my
Y'all don't like my
problem.
theory.
I don't like it.
I don't like
Woman's
theory at
fed
all.
up.
Y'all don't like my theory.
No, not at all.
You don't snap, that's snap.
It
That's-
ain't
you remember that
nothing
show
you
Snap?
can do
Y'all
about
don't like my
it.
theory.
So, but
But
that's what I'm
okay,
asking.
but so do you just think
Good
this
song.
woman just said one day, I'm going to kill my neighbor?
That's what that.
It
and that's-
doesn't matter
that's
because
what-
she did it.
Oh,
No.
she did it.
It doesn't matter if she decided that day or the day before.
No, well,
she did it.
Oh,
No,
she did it.
well, of course, the end doesn't matter. We're just discussing the details for conversation,
Right.
But so of course, the end of it is you did this. We ain't getting past that. We understand that.
Yeah.
But now what we're trying to do is backtrack and understand really like why. You know,
I
what I'm
don't
saying?
want to understand.
But I do. I want to know why would you do that? Why
Because
would the
no,
fuck would you do that?
To
I would like to know
understand
why.
something like that would be to prevent it from happening again. There is no rhyme or reason to this.
No,
There
I
is
think-
no
I
way
think
to
we can
prevent it from
understand. That's
happening
the point.
again because it's completely unreasonable.
No, but-
Stop trying to make sense of things that don't fucking make sense.
No.
That bitch kicking somebody else's door in and shooting them to death
In their home.
in
As
their house.
But see, okay,
does
but that's why I'm
make
saying. See,
sense.
it doesn't at
It
all.
is not reasonable.
But if she
It
did
is
not kick
not
the door
rational.
in, we can't
and she
say
should
that.
be under a fucking
okay,
jail because
okay,
of it.
That's
okay,
what I'm saying.
Let's say she didn't kick it in. Let's just say
I just
she
wanna know-
entered.
She opened it.
Yeah, that's it. That's
No,
what
that's
she
Okay.
entered.
But what did she see when she opened the door?
They said he always kept his door unlocked.
I'm sorry. What was that?
You just say, Shonda?
They said he kept the door was unlocked.
No,
Oh,
see, but no, but
I don't know,
keeping his
unlocked
door
what?
locked doesn't matter. If he's in a gated community,
But it's his.
sometimes
it's his
I didn't
door.
keep my door locked either.
It's my door. If I want to leave my door unlocked, I can.
Yes,
you don't have the right
can.
to enter.
Exactly.
And it's
you
not
don't
you.
have permission.
No.
Understand whether locked or
I've
unlocked.
been to the wrong door in my apartment. Like I've done that. Before.
Really?
And why
Yes.
was your first instinct was to
Just
shoot?
Wait, what
texting
did
and
she
shit?
say?
Yeah.
She was talking.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry, Shonda. What'd you say?
Texting and being drunk.
I would say your first instinct, whether especially if you're an officer of law and you have all this training and all these other things, your first instinct shouldn't be to shoot me. And if anything, if you're in your place, you just came to the door, walk the hell back out.
No, I just saw something where they showed
Yeah,
you
no,
how
she
they
definitely-
train police
yeah.
officers, and they train them to be absolutely armed warriors and terrorists.
Kill.
And
Their
technically,
first initial reaction is to shoot and kill.
and technically
That's
in
their
your house,
initial reaction.
technically, which is why I think that the mistake was. I mean, the mistaken apartment was a big part because in your house you can shoot and kill somebody if they're in your premises. You know what I'm saying? If you're a gun owner,
I'm
But
still
so-
not going with this
so-
whole. Didn't know. It was
So
hers.
I know
because
this
this
is,
is now you know where you live. You know where you live.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know if you have any type of doormat in front of your door. He has a
Yeah.
red. He has a big bright red doormat in front of
There
his
you
door.
go.
No,
trying
she
to
had
find
nothing in front of
You're
her door.
trying
Right.
to make it make sense.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just pointing.
There
out.
is
we
no
just-
sense
Oh,
in this.
none.
It does not make sense. It's
None.
not reasonable. It is not rational. It's just
No, not at all. Not at all.
No,
But
it's
it's what would lead to a person to that irrational thought even. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it's like a momentary thing, you know, obviously. So
But nobody thought about
know.
the mother. I'm saying when the brother said, "Can I hug you?" and when the father said, "I want to be your friend," did you all think about your wife and mama?
That's
How
why
she
they
feels?
didn't talk to her. That's exactly why they didn't let her get up to talk. Because she'd have been like, fuck you, your mama.
Right.
Yeah,
your
oh,
whole
she
like
lineage,
Eric Garner's wife.
every
Yeah.
place you came from, fuck all them people. I hate all of y'all. I
Yeah,
hope
she-
your whole seed dies with you. She
No,
would probably
and I'm
would have
like-
said that shit. They were like, Ma, you don't get to talk today. We got it. We got it. She was like, okay, cool.
Right. But yeah, but okay, back to the black woman.
Yeah.
So
You talking about white women.
Earlier you said so it's all on the black man, but no. But one thing, Sean and I had a conversation yesterday or whatever day it was, and I was saying how a lot of black men will come up like they get a black woman. What I love about black women is black women will hold a black man down, help him out. Do that. My mother even said a woman in her job had helped this man out. She was just a secretary. Helped him out, let him go to school while she worked. She did everything. He built this business up, and then told her, "Well, I need somebody that's my equal." dumped her
That's
for
what
this
they
white
do.
woman.
Yeah.
And I said, black men do this. Successful black men do it. Why do y'all do it? I'm talking to straight black men. Why do y'all do this?
I don't think it's successful black men. I think men do
Men
it.
in general.
Yeah, I, like I said, so when like that's a very common thing. Look at the most wealthiest men; they've had like 3, 4, 5 marriages. You know what I'm saying? If it's with black women or it's not with black women. Steve Harvey,
But you'll get rid of it.
you know, I mean, I'm just saying.
I cannot stand him.
I'm just using that
God
as
bless
You
him in
saw
all
my
his
face, I'm like-
endeavors. God bless him.
I
Whatever
think-
he's doing, I
I-
can't stand the sight
But
of
now
it.
he
think
never,
what
never dumps his wife for a.
No, a
White
white, no,
woman.
no. I'm just saying that how many times
But he
he's
dumped
changed.
his wife.
Oh, yeah,
That's-
that he
the
And
did.
point.
this my
White.
biggest issue with comedians is that them niggas will literally make $50 a day, if that. If that. Most of the time they're going into these comedy stores
It's like you're rich or broke
doing
in
nothing.
comedy. You're the
Exactly.
rich or broke. Ain't no in between.
And so
Yeah.
these women have been there.
Yeah, holding it down.
Kevin Hart's wife, Steve Harvey's wife,
Held it down.
all of these women were there supporting them, usually taking complete care of them while they were making
putting their dreams on
$50
hold.
so that they could make $50 a week and try to bring it and won't bring it home. We'll spend the whole thing at the damn bar.
On the side chick.
That's a strong usually.
But right.
I
But,
can't
but my
rock with
thing
that.
is, for the most part,
It
does
these
happen, though.
comedians are not married to their first wives.
I
It
don't-
really breaks my heart.
I think a lot
Because
of professional people aren't married to their first
That's a
wives.
thing too.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
because honestly, we don't know.
But comedians are broker than everybody.
I mean,
Nah, maybe rappers.
Comedians and rappers. Yeah. Facts.
But okay, but why? But why? What's the point of dumping the one who held you down? And you said all men. All men don't do that because I don't have.
That's true. All men don't do that.
I got knocked for saying. I think I said on one of these social media group that I like brothers because I need somebody who understands my plight, who understands what I go through.
Right.
You know, we understand each
This
other.
can relate.
Yeah. But I got called a racist. I'm like,
But,
what?
but you know what? I think
Right.
there becomes a point in any man's life. Maybe you want to try something different. You know what I'm saying? On top of that.
Okay.
So I think that even like you have more of a what I want to say, a pool of fish, should I say? No pun intended. But you know what I'm saying? but you really do. So now
but here's
I
my
might not have the
thing.
option of
Then
all these
also-
Then at the end of the
races.
day, don't say you value loyalty then. Please don't.
What do you mean?
You cannot say you value loyalty and then turn around and drop your first wife and
Who
then pick
held
up
you down?
because your fish
Yeah.
because your pool is bigger now. Now I
but
can get more fish.
I got
a
more
lot
options.
of times.
So
hold
don't
on.
say loyalty,
That
fam,
don't-
because
that don't have
loyalty
to be
doesn't
the
mean
reason.
anything
But that
to
don't
you.
have to be the reason because you don't just leave a chick for another chick. That's not what's necessarily
Some people
happening.
do, though.
But what happened?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. It happens
But
often.
that ain't all. But
Yeah.
that ain't
some women
necessarily
leave
happening.
Yeah.
men for a new man.
Yes, they
I
do.
mean,
It's true.
You know what I'm saying?
But
They
I
will
That
be
shit
in a
But I
relationship
think-
and do it.
But
Yeah.
I think too, even from just like I think it also comes from an environmental standpoint too. Like me personally, like when I was born into this world, my grandmother and my grandfather weren't together, but my grandfather was married to my step grandmother who's white. So I was already born into seeing interracial relationships,
Right.
and I thought that was okay. Until
is
like
okay.
until
I mean, it's
right,
okay.
right, until I got older, and then people started to look down upon as far as like my social circle, like because they didn't have that exposure
Right.
in their own lives, and I'm like, wait a minute, the hell y'all
But
problem?
I think
They're people.
But I think it's.
It's your
I think it's. It depends on the person because I have white people in my family because of a lot of interracial dating in my family.
Yeah.
But me, and I don't knock anybody what they do, but I'm just saying it's ain't for me. Because like my father came to me one day. He said, "Look, all right, you gay? Don't bring no white man up in my goddamn." I said, well, you know me, Pop.
Said, fam, you can like penis all you want.
But don't
Just
you?
make sure there ain't no pork penis.
Hey, that's
I don't-
funny.
And I'm like, I said, well, Pop, you know me better than that. He look, I was just making sure.
Hey, that's
And he
funny.
said that
I
because
like
my
your
cousins.
pops. Your pops is down.
And he
I
said
like
that because my
funny
cousins,
Say, you,
my
I don't care if you
cousins
like
all
penis,
have white
just don't
women.
bring no white penis in here.
And it's
That's
like
hilarious.
on both sides.
Okay.
that, my cousins have white women. I'm like, Pop, that ain't me. You already know this.
Right.
He's like, I'm just making sure. Okay,
Hey,
man.
but you know what? And there's even some places like when I was in, like I said, Pennsylvania is one of the places I used because I would frequent there, and it was a lot of white people, and it was like a few black people, but they would have white girlfriends because that's what was available.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? It's not.
It wasn't available. It wasn't what it was available.
No,
Let's not do this,
Hey,
fam.
I know.
I didn't even see
Hold-
any black chicks.
hold on.
Where
No,
were
no,
they
no.
at?
No,
I don't
listen.
know.
No, hear
Both
me.
of them
I
going
just
on.
gotta date a white girl. Oh well.
I'm telling you, listen.
I tried.
There are places where the black population is very, very, very small, and the white population is very, very large. And black people live in those
Like
populations.
Phoenix.
True.
I can
Very
Phoenix here
true.
alone.
So
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking
Kansas
about.
City.
That's true.
That
That's
happens.
very
It's like,
true.
yo,
But there are some black. Now, when I went to Seattle, me and my now ex went to Seattle last year. all we saw were interracial couples. I'm like, are we the only black couple in this whole city?
Right.
Everywhere we went, that's all we saw was
believe
interracial.
that.
But also as a person coming from the Midwest, when you get coastal, there's a lot of interracial relationships, and that's also like a classism thing too, low key.
I believe that. I totally believe that.
Because
poor people tend
you,
to marry in their same.
And as you elevate class, status, wealth, whatever the case may be,
right, your circle changes.
Your circle changes. Your exposure level changes.
That is
well,
true.
that's what I just said. He told his wife, well, I need somebody that's more on my level.
That's why Travis Scott said, "Look, my baby mama on the cover of Forbes." That's a huge part of the reason why he with her. You best believe that.
No, she made Forbes after they dated. Are you kidding me? After they had that baby, she was pregnant when she got on Forbes or before.
I'm just saying.
No, that ain't what it was.
Like
that was not what it was. He lying.
That's baby mama.
His baby mama made Forbes afterwards. It was not that that was not what attracted him. Let's be crystal clear.
No, of course, no. He said baby mama, so obviously they had the kid.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that her route to wealth was a part of what attracted.
She was already wealthy, honey.
She was born into it.
She was born wealthy.
Okay, see, I always say this too. It's very tough to. Sometimes we do like take away from people's work. Yeah, they may have born into some money, but she wasn't born as no billionaire. She did that on her own. You know what I'm saying?
She didn't do that on her own.
She went and got
She
that.
had a company.
She really did everybody.
She commandeered a company.
She does makeup or something, right?
Or something.
Yeah, she got to make. She got
Yeah.
Okay.
Or something.
Now, and I see everybody coming.
Everybody.
I don't know why, but everybody like, oh my gosh, she did the greatest thing. She did the great thing.
She's a billionaire.
But like now, this is my thing. She was born into it. Okay, so you had what her
into millions.
But now the sister who made the Crayola makeup. She started from the background up.
No,
and she's not a multi-millionaire.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, I'm not.
But we don't give her credit.
No, I do. No, I do.
I'm just saying,
Forbes.
But what I'm saying is that doesn't mean she doesn't deserve credit too for what she's built for herself. Mm-hmm. She still had to work very fucking hard to get to where she got to get.
She got Kris
harder.
Jenner.
She had to work harder.
Right.
Everybody else had to work harder. Yeah. Little Kylie or whatever the hell her name is.
She got Kris Jenner in her corner.
She had $1 million to invest. Exactly.
And I'm not knocking Kris because I want Kris Jenner as my manager.
But she had millions to invest. Yes, that's my problem.
Well, I mean, we hate talking about him, but even Trump, like he got his first $1 million investment, but he.
What you mean $1 million? He got $1 million, and his father kept bailing him his bankrupt businesses out.
I'm talking about his first $1 million that he received and what he did with it. You know what I'm saying?
What did he do with it?
Well,
I love how he romanticizes every white thing. It's so beautiful. You are so loyal. I love you for it.
You know what it is because like I'm a black male, and I feel like I come from the deepest part of the black culture where both my grandmothers are from the South. I was raised in L.A. In the inner city. So and I didn't have no wide perspective. I had to learn this.
Now let me ask you exactly. Now let me ask you this. This is yours.
Okay.
So say, I believe you will. You're gonna grow up. You're gonna have this multi-million-dollar company.
Of course.
Now they put one of the Rob Kardashian on the cover.
Okay.
Who was born to it? You had to work your way from the bottom.
Okay.
With $3.
But they don't give you no credit. Right. Yeah. But they don't give you no credit. How would you
Once
feel?
Again, who gives a fuck about the credit? That's what I'm talking about. We want earlier in the conversation I said, well, are we arguing because we want credit? Is that what we want, or do we want the result?
It's not credit, it's acknowledgement. It's acknowledgement for the work.
Either.
And the acknowledgement of building the capital to invest.
Acknowledement from
because
who?
that
From
little
white people?
girl.
No. We get it from we get it from
society.
We do.
But it goes back to you keep saying why do we have to get the credit? One, because we need our young kids to see that somebody
that part
can come up out.
Yep.
We need to be able to see that, and if we can't acknowledge that and it's not seen, like I just found out there's somebody that is part of an organization I am. She's helped over 500 people make 6 figures in less than 6 months. We didn't know she's a part of our organization, and we didn't know anything about that. But we can be leveraging that so we can bring everybody up.
Yes.
So we're not getting credit, and the only people we know is Oprah and somebody else that may not be necessarily always willing.
Right.
That's true.
We got to have that exposure to our people or the people of the culture to see that there is life after just coming out.
No, that's true. I guess I was asking, who do we want credit from? Because we talking about the chick who made the Crayola makeup, we all gonna give her credit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, but not credit. I think you got to change
We
that
all gonna-
word
okay, acknowledgement.
to acknowledgement.
Yeah.
I think
It is
Public
acknowledging
acknowledgement.
exactly
We
because they
reposted her.
publicly acknowledge
Yeah, we
all these
do.
other people, but we want public acknowledgement.
But why can't the world see what black
Right.
women are doing?
No,
Right.
see, okay, see
What
now-
a black
see,
woman
now-
did
now here-
on her
Right.
own.
See, now here's
Yeah.
the thing: who are we talking? Are we asking white people to do this?
I ain't
Kinda,
asking you
yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
Okay,
society.
then-
Society,
then let's-
unfortunately, is why
then you know
people-
what?
Then let's say that. I can move forward. With
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
I can
Okay, so you
accept
was
that.
you specifically
That's
say
what I'm
white
saying.
people.
Well, I'm just saying, like, because I'm like, we keep saying, like, you know, like, who are we talking about?
Well,
Like,
I will sound
because
asking,
I feel like
but
we
I will
support
sound
her.
asking
White folks that
person,
are gatekeepers.
But
That's
I'll
right.
say this:
That's right.
I'll
Folks that are
say to
gatekeepers.
the white person, you should because they've worked extra hard. So if
You
you
should
acknowledge
what?
her,
Yeah.
they should acknowledge. This
Yeah,
sister.
absolutely.
because
And
the
even the woman that
capital-
Shonda's talking about acknowledge
Absolutely.
this. Shonda, what's the woman name? So we can all.
Yeah,
look
that's
up.
amazing.
No, that is.
500
Okay.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
No, I remember that
They
story.
need to be spoken on.
I mean,
Their birthday
to
need to be celebrated.
and personally, I mean,
Yeah.
that story was huge. You know what I'm saying? I mean, as far as how I seen it, and once again, I'm a part of black culture, so I feel like I seen it everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But once again, I also have to remember, you know, like Socrates says, all that I know is that I know nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just to be in that mindset. So
Okay.
I also realize I'm stuck in my own frame, and my philosophy is not the philosophy. You know, my what I think is not always it, because there's two covers to every book, and we see in 3-dimensional. So unfortunately, if I pick this up and I tell you what's on the front of this case, you're going to tell me it's something at the bottom left, and I'm going to tell you it's not, because we're looking at the same thing, but
Right.
we're looking from opposite sides. So a lot of times that's why I don't want to say play devil's advocate, but I try to stand on the other side to make the conversation happen. So I guess if you hear me now, that's kind of what I'm doing, and I try to
Right.
always do that first before even making a decision, so that way I can truly understand what's happening, because otherwise we'll honestly only have one perspective, and if you have that one perspective and think you know it all, it's going to be a long route for you, my friend. And because I stood on the other side of the perspective, I try to make sure I do that consciously, like not react but respond. You know, I think that's what needs to start happening. We just react so fast. And
We're in the minority, my dear.
I mean, but
Because
you know what?
society right now is full of idiots who think they know everything.
Right, and
It's a very,
it's
very
true.
small minority
It's
of
true.
society that thinks, you know what, I'm going to be quiet because I don't know everything about this. And there are only a handful of us, child.
That's why
a
I told
handful
you.
See,
percentage of us.
that's my perspective on when it comes
Yeah.
to politics. I'm not really savvy
Everybody,
on
But
that.
that's why
exactly,
on
but
the
the
case.
idiots are talking louder than everybody else.
See, and that's right.
The
And-
idiots. And Agent Orange, which I love how she put that, Agent Orange is the ringleader for all of them.
Hey, and he's the best idiot that we could ever have in office. I'm gonna tell you right now, for that reason alone.
I mean,
Yeah,
you said
to
that on
usher in
Just
the
About-
damn revolution and the second coming of Jesus.
Right.
Shonda, you got her name. You got her name.
I'm still looking for what I apologize, but I'm gonna get it.
But yeah, but I think I believe sisters need acknowledgement.
No,
And-
definitely. I mean, I think we can do a better job. Once again, I always think that we don't maximize our potential. You know, we
But
don't
we-
even come close to it.
It's
Okay,
okay,
now
though. We got it.
Okay, but now let me
Because
ask-
we're acknowledging ourselves.
so let me ask the
We're
two.
okay.
Let me ask the two
Thank
black
you.
women on the panel.
Yeah.
Who gives you all the most disrespect, or who do you all see the most disrespect coming from?
Oh, it's. But here,
It gotta be black
everybody.
men. It gotta be. That's what they
Everybody.
interact with
Black
the most.
women are the least respected people on the planet.
Right. And
So
I would
it
agree
comes
with
from
that.
everybody.
I agree with
It
that.
comes from white
that's what-
women.
that's
It comes from white
agree with
men.
that.
It comes from black men. It comes from black women.
And I think
It
and I
comes
think
from
that hurts.
everyone.
Now, and does
That's real.
that hurt your feelings when it comes from black men
It
and black women?
really does. It
Yeah.
really deeply hurts me, especially when it comes down
The
to
tip drill video. Snow. I always bring that one up.
No, but when it comes down to black women treating other black women poorly for the decisions that they make, poorly for deciding that they're going to do what's best for them and their family. Black men too. It pisses me off when people are pissed or are shat on because they choose sex work, because they choose to be a stripper for a bit,
I agree.
and that's
Right.
not sex work because they're not exchanging sex for money. They are absolutely just dancing, and everybody enjoys strip clubs. Everyone
I
does,
do.
whether they admit it or not.
Oh, everybody know Kyrie loves the
has
strippers.
been,
See, I have no
everybody
problem with it.
enjoys them. So to look down on black women or on
Well,
women, period,
yeah.
who decide that they're going to be strippers, when most strippers and dancers that I know, I'm going to call them strippers, dancers. Most dancers I know have the like amazing plans and they're putting together amazing things and lives, and
And they're highly
really
intelligent.
enriching their children's lives.
But there's a
they're
lot of
doing
them
better
getting
things
paid
with
for
that
that
money,
pussy.
and they're not going to let that.
It's
You
a lot
know,
of them
whatever it
getting paid
is.
for that pussy, too.
But a few, I think that's a minority of dancers. I don't think all of them are doing that.
I guess it
I
depends on
think
what
it's a
strip club
small
you go. I mean,
minority.
I know a lot of guys from a lot of places, and I've been to a lot
Has
of
it
places with a lot of
happened to
guys.
you?
Has I ever paid?
No, but I mean, have you been approached to pay for sex?
No, I mean,
Well,
yeah,
then-
of course.
I have.
Okay,
oh,
I
for
get
sure.
it.
Oh, okay.
I get it, but how
But it
many
also
times?
wasn't a black chick either.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But I
It
guess
wasn't a black chick either.
So,
yeah, exactly. That
And
is
I
fair.
did not take her up
But
on
But
it.
my
I don't got
thing
nothing
at
wrong with
the-
brothels, though. I
Right.
think brothels is what.
sex work.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
sex work,
Yo.
and it's still a job.
How you think America was built
It
before
was
slavery?
bu-
fool?
listen, sex work. Let's be
Yeah.
crystal clear
No, for
on the
real.
backs of women.
No,
Let's
on
be
God,
crystal
on
clear.
God.
exactly.
But women ran those most of the time,
Yes, they
as well
did.
as well.
Yes,
So-
they did. There
so
were
the-
women who had
the-
money.
Kris Jenner.
Because,
Right.
Greatest pimp of all
She's the
time.
biggest pimp and
Right.
brothel owner of all time.
Hey.
Right.
No
But Kris Jenner, I
lies.
do say that bitch can spin straw into gold. That's
She
Rumpa
can.
still squint.
She
Rumpa
can.
still
She's
squint.
She's
amazing.
can get the rags to riches story because I just saw her story yesterday or
I
day
gotta
before.
look at
Chris?
this.
Yep, Kris Jenner. She spun gold out of nothing
Where-
because she
where is
came
it? I
from
need to
broke.
watch this.
Yeah,
No,
I
it's on
gotta find
YouTube.
this.
I'll send it to you.
I gotta find
And
this.
it was she came from penny pinching Myers-Lee family. They squaz a nickel, child, squaz it, and they kept it, and they kept it, and they squaz it again, and then they spent it. Like
Yeah.
she came from miserly people,
Uh-huh.
so for her to build that empire on the backs
Yeah.
of her children, unfortunately,
Right.
and on her own back, unfortunately,
Right.
but
And her
even
ex-husbands.
that, she gave Bruce Jenner his re-entrance into the mainstream.
Oh yeah.
When
That's-
she
that's
when
the
they
greatest
were
pimp of
dating,
all-
yeah,
that's
no,
the
when,
greatest pimp game
when
of
they
all time.
dated, he was nobody.
So it's not
She
Magic
started
Don Juan.
putting him no, because
I'm
he
not-
got hoes.
Yeah.
No, it's
He
Chris.
got the hoes.
Because-
Kris Jenner made something out of nothing.
Right.
So
right.
her
Out
name
of
is
nothing.
Ash Cat.
What is
Sean,
this now? Oh,
We call her King Ashley Ann.
I think I seen that. I think I seen
Ashley
that.
Ann,
King
and it's
Ashley Ann. King
Ashley.
Ashley Ann.
but on Instagram it's ASH then KAT.
Any
Okay.
underscores?
I'm gonna
Nope,
find
it's
this.
just Ash Cat
Her
ASH then second
Instagram
KAT.
name is King Ashley Ann.
Oh, that's what you type in. Oh, I see it right here, King Ashley Ann. Okay, Ashley Ann speaks. Oh wait a minute, I follow her. Ashley Ann speaks because she's always giving advice and stuff. I didn't know she did that. Okay,
Oh.
that's what's up. I didn't know she's a Sigma Gamma Rho either. Okay,
I don't know shit that she don't either.
alrighty.
That's amazing. Does
It
she
is.
offer
But
her
it makes
services for
sense.
hire?
It makes sense.
Right,
I need to know.
yeah, that's T.
It makes sense.
But that's what I'm saying, and that goes back to the question. I agree that we are the most disrespected by everybody.
That's a
And I
fact.
agree that the one that just plagues my mind is corporate America, or when you're trying to, when I say corporate America, I'm just saying generally with other black women, why can't it be both of us successful? Why does it have to be only one?
Because that's how they set it up.
Mm-hmm.
Society sets it up so that one black person. We only need one. We only need one
Right.
black person,
I've
one
seen
representative.
I've seen
Of course.
comedians.
Yeah.
I've seen comedians talk about that.
Buying into it is the black person, not even though it's that way. We can make a decision that we're both going to excel. We can make a decision that we're going to bring people with us. That's a choice that we make, which then goes back to us creating our own.
And
I share
that-
with Mary, so many times, even though from the standpoint of, yes, we may not have been given the $5,000, but we sure have spent $5,000 to look fly.
But see, y'all, you
Yeah.
have got, I'm telling you, that goes back to being empathic and empathetic about black folks and just now coming out of, because we have not been free this whole time. So you have to be empathetic with black folks having, but we've had less of an evolution than a lot of other people. And our evolution has been slower because we've had to do it on our own. So at the end of the day, black folks, it's a survival thing.
But it's not, buying Gucci and Fendi is not a survival thing.
No, ma'am, it is a survival thing because Gucci and Fendi in the hood means that you're better than everybody else.
Right. Yeah. No, Gucci.
So
right. I agree
Gucci and
with that.
all of these name brands mean I'm better than everybody else. That's the way that most black folks know how to elevate themselves. They don't think education will do it.
You
They
know-
don't think learning a trade will do it. They think me flashing on these hoes is going to make me better than everybody else. Until
But-
the next guy has his flashy
Right.
Gucci and
lack
Fendi.
of education. We propagated that the only way that we can elevate and impress is by having these things versus having us as a people elevate. We've propagated that, and we've allowed other people to keep us in that mindset. And back to that conversation about reality TV. Everybody on reality TV is always trying to do something with clothes. They got to be at the best clubs. They got to be popping the bottles. They got to do this. We're propagating and allowing it to be propagated to us.
Well, I've been in the clubs. I've seen that same thing. You
I
gotta
don't think
pop
it's
bottles.
propagated to us. I think that's what we think is hot. And a lot of us,
Yeah.
that's what another thing is that a lot of black folks don't think they're going to live that long.
Yeah,
We think that we're going to die.
That's
we think
true.
that we're going to be killed. We think that we're going to have all kinds of craziness happen to where we're going to live here for maybe 30, maybe 40 years.
That's kind of
so
millennial
niggas are trying
thing
to
too,
burn
though.
out. I'm trying to burn out a bright star because I
That's
know I'm
kind
going to
of-
burn out.
That's kind of like a millennial thing.
It
I feel
is a
like,
millennial
yeah, that's
thing.
yeah,
It is.
It's definitely
but
like a millennial
that's
thing.
who is doing this. You don't see middle-aged black folks getting Fendi belts and getting...
Nah.
Shit.
No. Okay, but that's the thing.
I was like, wait.
But black folks, middle-aged black folks aren't flossing with name brands like that. They'll do it like
Yeah,
Michael
they are.
Kors. But they'll floss with their Mercedes. They'll floss
Oh,
with their
cars, yeah.
houses.
You know-
They'll floss with their degrees or what have
Hey,
you.
and-
But they're not
and
going to
even
buy a
jobs.
Fendi belt.
Yeah, they are.
A
There's
Fendi belt?
Yes.
Fendi, fam?
Yes.
Point me
Alright,
out a
excuse me,
middle-aged
Louis Vuitton
person
belt.
with Fendi.
A Louis Vuitton belt.
Louis Vuitton, I'll take. Louis
A
Vuitton, I'll
Gucci
take.
belt.
That's a thing.
A Hermes belt.
So we can't even say it's just
Are we still wearing
millennials.
Gucci?
I got a Dolce & Gabbana
Yes, we
belt
are
on.
still wearing Gucci.
I was okay. I'm sorry. I was still buying. I was still purchasing.
We are
Gucci.
still purchasing Gucci.
Of course.
You and I personally are not, but we are still purchasing
course
Gucci.
I
I keep
quit.
seeing that stupid Gucci belt on everybody.
You know,
I quit.
I hate it.
what I find most interesting is even as a black people, we are actually so traumatized. Like you said, like we're not
Yes.
free. We're so
not
traumatized
free.
that we actually won't take certain jobs
Mm-hmm.
based on because like we will like black person. We kind of bougie at this point. I ain't cleaning that shit. I ain't cooking after them people. Like we won't even take those. We'll go either be broke or do some illegal shit before we take
Broke ain't
certain
cute.
jobs.
It's
But
not
certain
cute.
jobs, like we won't do it. Like
Yeah, I know.
Like we won't do like maid work. You would not see. It's very few black people that's gonna be like, oh, I'll go clean up hotels or I'll go be
No,
a cook.
that's not true.
No,
I travel for a living, and almost all I see is
black
either
people doing that?
black
You know
people
what?
cleaning
You know
the
what?
room.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna take
Can I
that.
see,
I'm gonna take that because I live in California. So
Latin American culture as well.
in
Some
California,
Indian,
in
but I
California
see a
you don't
lot
see
of-
it.
That's the
But-
thing.
but-
yeah.
but
no,
once-
sometimes you do.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
still see black
Now I've
people
seen that
cleaning
hotels
rooms.
here. I've seen
it's usually Hispanic.
Hispanics, yeah,
So,
because they're cheaper.
You what? Yeah, not only
That's what's
not only that,
ridiculous.
and we're in LA, and black people, like I said, we have this jacket, especially out here in LA, that I can't be seen like that. Like I can't be seen. Like I asked this one girl, like, "Hey, how come like you don't just get you like a little, like a little bucket or something?" And she straight out told me, she was like, "Me in a bucket, I'll just continue to Uber." I ain't gonna be seen like that. Like it was in her mask. Like I don't want to be seen.
But that
a
didn't
certain
come
way.
from us.
No.
That came from white folks all day. We
No,
are
no.
adopting a European way of functioning in the world. And
You think so?
because yes, we are. And
Yeah, I
because
agree
we
with that.
are, it's because that is causing us to be individuals. It's causing us to separate and not be a community. It's causing us not to take an actual job when we need a job. When we need a motherfucking job, you need a job, regardless of what it is.
That's
and that is
definitely
a
from-
European thing to think that I'm too good for. No, nigga, you're broke.
I
You
can't
are
work at
not too
McDonald's.
good for a
I
job.
can't work at McDonald's.
But I have applied at McDonald's.
When though?
It was several years ago, but when
Oh.
I was relocating to New York, I applied to McDonald's and was completely rejected because I had no experience at McDonald's.
That's crazy.
At what position
They
are you
did
trying to
not
come
have
in there? Because niggas work at McDonald's.
anything.
Cash
Oh.
Because I was
But I gotta be the
literally
manager.
singing in the subway, making $13 a day, if that. As the professional singer
I
that
remember
I
you
am
moved
right
there.
now,
I
yes, I
remember
did.
that.
The only job I could get was singing in the subway.
Shut up.
And I might make enough money to feed myself a meal.
Now, is New York more expensive than LA?
Yes, it is.
Damn.
And it's way harder.
Yeah.
It's
It's-
way
it's more
harder.
It's more people and more
It's
of a
more
concentrated.
people.
Because I
Exactly.
said- 'cause
It's
I-
a smaller
concentrated.
place.
It's
Exactly.
Well, how much
concentrated.
is rent? Because I just said last week on the show
It's-
how
you
here in
can't
LA, the
even-
rent
Rent-
in LA is higher than giraffe
It's
pussy.
worse.
God damn.
No, it's worse
shit
because in New York you have a bunch of people who will go in on you or go in with you on a one bedroom.
Okay.
So you
That's
open
LA
like
too,
open
though.
like sleeping. No. It's harder to do that in
What's the
California.
so give us some figures. 2-bedroom, 2-bath in a
Oh
decent part of
God,
New York.
$4,000, $5,000.
2-bedroom, 2-bath.
maybe
Yeah.
more than that because that's
Easily.
2-bedroom,
Wow.
2-bath in LA, darling. A
What do you mean?
2-bedroom, 2-bath in Los Angeles will go you about $3,000.
Los Angeles,
No,
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 4,000.
it's not.
No, I'm serious. No, it will.
I live out here, and I live in a very
But where do you
nice
live?
area, and it is not 3,000.
But
It's
where
still
do you
considered
live?
expensive. I live in Westchester.
Westchester is near what? What
It's
like real
kind of,
city?
It's kind of going by the airport, kind of.
Yeah,
Nobody
so-
wants to live by the airport, though.
Uh,
I wouldn't mind
Nah,
because I like to travel.
no.
So
But the planes going overhead all night long.
No,
What
it's
do you
like-
put
what
on
is that
one?
English?
no, that's
too?
yeah. I mean, no, I'm just saying. In comparison, like in Hawthorne, you may pay for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, maybe like
That's
$1,800.
dirt cheap.
And then
Yeah.
that's I
That's dirt cheap.
mean, well, yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
18.
maybe in comparison to New York, but
no
in
comparison to other parts of Los Angeles.
yeah,
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
That's definitely. So
The
that's what I'm saying.
Hawthorne
Like
is
that's
lower price. Yeah,
You got to
Yeah.
think about the other thing with New York compared to L.A. L.A. we still got land out here.
Yes, we
New
do.
York, you're going up.
Yes,
that's
you
true
are.
too. Yeah, that is true too.
You living in the sky,
Yeah.
and the higher in the sky you get, the,
The
more
more
that shit go.
Expensive, exactly.
Yeah, the 26th floor was 3,000. The 25th floor is gonna be
Because in New York, but a studio is about $3,000.
that's crazy. But
can't
where
even
in New
imagine
York?
that.
Because I was in.
In
Us all in
Manhattan.
New York.
Oh,
In
that's-
Manhattan.
oh, that's like-
yeah.
No.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, well that makes
But
sense.
what
That's
about
like saying
Brooklyn?
living in
Because if you go to
Beverly
Marin,
Hills.
But what about
if you go to
Brooklyn?
Beverly Hills, it's gonna
Brooklyn
cost
is
you
starting to
about
be the
5,000.
same
Okay,
because
Gentrification.
regentrification.
I could believe that.
Yeah,
I could believe
it's
that.
Now, I
starting
know.
to be
Now,
the
when I was thinking about moving to New York before I moved here, I priced a 1-bedroom in Harlem,
Yeah.
and they wanted $2,000 for the
Yeah.
1-bedroom.
Damn.
Yeah, see?
And I was like,
And that was when?
no, I'm sorry, that was just 2005 when I priced it.
Damn.
Way more than that now.
Hell yeah.
Way more. Because you have 9 people who will go in on that.
Got-
No, I'm serious.
Right.
No, I'm very serious. But the same thing in San Francisco.
Trying to get into the entertainment, so
Yeah.
they'll do what they got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's new in San Francisco too, because it's obscenely expensive. You have 8 people living in a 1-bedroom or a studio apartment. They're dividing
I
that
could,
rent.
I believe
But
that.
you know what, though, too? But that, and those people, and we'll go back to the culture, a lot of those people culturally will do that together. We have under this
No,
pressure that
it's
we
white
look
people.
sometimes
No.
beneath. We won't do
No.
it.
No, we won't.
Asian people do it. Latin American people do it. Europeans typically do not. Black people typically do not.
We will not.
And there are will not.
Right,
East
right.
Indians will do it too. But for the most part, black folks won't do it.
Now, 2-bedroom, I could do it. I could see that. I might could do it, but for
Yeah.
That's
3,000,
deep.
See, but that's because black folks have been stacked up on top of each other. You don't understand. Cells have memory. Our cells remember us being stacked on top of each other in boats. Our cells remember us being stacked on top of each other in huts. Our cells remember us being stacked up on top of each other here in the Americas. Like, we remember, and we don't ever want to live that again. We're tired of being stacked up on top of each other. And I really can't be mad at black folks who want their own space. I can't, because I'm one of them. Shit.
I would be stacked with shelter.
Say again.
I said I would be stacked with shelter.
And a shelter, that's insane. That's
No, I'm talking about shelter at the end. My whole family can come together so that we can make sure we're good. And that's I think we really have lost concept of village. That literally was, I remember growing up, and I think Eric and I was talking about this, that a lot of times we didn't even culturally, at least from our standpoint, of understanding poor, because we did so much together as family, as in food, as in, literally, we knew who lived up the street around the corner. There was nothing I could do to be out of control, and by growing and expanding in some areas, we've lost that concept of village and actually pulling together and supporting.
Well, here's the other thing. This is the first generation that has been honest and open about the abuse that they've survived in that village. This is the first time in history that black folks have been able to say, you know what? I don't want to be touched by Uncle So-and-so, and he's not going to fucking touch me again. Mm-hmm. There was a whole bunch of people who were being abused, misused, sexually abused when they were in that village, and everybody kept it quiet. So this is the first time in history where black folks are not just going with the village because that's just what black folks do. Mm-hmm. We are actually choosing what is healthy for us and what is healthy moving forward. We're not just taking it up the tailpipe.
Yeah, niggas is vegan
we
and shit now.
Listen, black folks
Niggas
are
was never
doing what
vegan.
is best for ourselves.
Put some salt on that shit.
Regardless of what the village is doing, regardless of
Right.
what black folks have done in the past, regardless of what Big Mama and them did.
Right.
I don't care what Big Mama
I'm
and
not
them
eating
did.
that shit. I'm not eating them chitlins.
Wait,
Right.
ugh.
I love chitlins. Fuck
It's
that.
over for that.
I'm from the South. I like chitlins.
Yeah, I am too, but it's over for that.
I didn't eat chitlins when I ate pork.
Right. But my thing is, this is a very good, it's a good point in black history in that black people are making good strides. We
Yeah.
are.
We are.
For having been free for, what, 30 years, if
short-
that?
short
I was
period
gonna say
of
50 years.
Maybe
yeah, 30.
50 years.
30, yeah.
We're doing well. We're deciding that we're not going to eat trash.
Right.
We're deciding that, you know what, Grammy made that casserole in that dish. I don't want to make that casserole in that dish. I want a better dish.
Right.
Right.
And then you figure out there was that story where black folks kept on passing this dish down, kept passing this dish down, kept passing
Where
this dish
everybody got
down.
diabetes.
Everybody has this one. No, it's an actual pan, the physical pan that you make
yeah,
things
you had
in,
that from generations.
and you pass it down for generations.
But don't discredit, I mean, I'm not saying that we're not making better decisions, but also we can't discredit that what we had, some of those things are what we had to do, and
Yeah,
now that we
of
have
course.
greater resources.
Yes, we
can
did.
do better things and make
That's
better
very true.
decisions.
Yes.
But we also should be able to say that, not give our kids the thought that it's not okay to pull together as a people. Not that we go together to get abused. I'm not saying that, but there were some great things that came out of the village and us being able to work together and pull our network together to pull each other up.
That's a
I
thing.
agree.
But there were a lot of bad things that came along with that village as well. And now we're actually examining that. Like it wasn't all tea and crumpets, honey. It was not all great. There are things that
I'm not
happened
trying to
in
say
that
but
village
we look at
that
some
were
of the
bad.
things that I'm not disagreeing with that, but I'm talking about, if we look at where some of the other, we talk about the Jewish people, when we talk about the Mexican people, when we talk about the Indian people that do come together and you pull their resources to make sure that everybody can move forward, those are things that they're still doing today.
But they don't all do it. Nobody's a monolith. You have a bunch of East Indian people who have a European way of living. You have a bunch of Latin American people. Actually, Latin American people are aligning with Europeans way more as we go forward, which is kind of a questionable. I got to keep my eye on them because Latin American people are starting to look down on us like we are deplorable.
Starting to?
Exactly.
Right.
There was a time when Latin American and black folks were, kind of together.
Yeah.
We kind of were. We have the same enemy.
But,
So
but now that's
no,
when you come
they're-
over here and you see how we treat each other. Oh, I'm
That's it. So I'm white. I'm not. Oh, I'm not even. Oh no.
right. I'm not
I
Mexican.
have yet to find a passing Latin American person who will absolutely out the gate claim that Latin Americanness. They will ride that hide. They will ride that ability to pass until they're exposed. And when they're exposed, they'll play the Latin American card. And you're like, what? Are you kidding me?
I'm not going to speak on
Yeah.
that because there's nobody that can speak for themselves from the Latin culture.
This
And
is true,
and
but
I know
this
a
is
lot
my
of people-
experience.
I know a lot of people, true, who
This
would
is what I've
disagree.
experienced.
Just based on,
And what I've noticed living
Yeah.
in California.
so
Because I was born
that could
and
be a
raised
racist
here,
comment in
and
their
I was-
eyes.
No, it is not a racist
No,
because
of
it's
course
what
not.
I've experienced.
No,
And I'm not saying all of them.
I'm not, that don't mean
I'm just saying
that it ain't racist to them.
No,
But it
it's
can't
not-
be
that's-
racist at all.
it
She's a
can't
black
be.
woman.
I'm a black
I don't-
woman.
I don't believe
One.
that black
He
people can't be
disagrees with that.
racist.
He
That's
disagrees
the
with
most
that.
But no,
BS I
that-
ever heard.
No, my
Why
thing
is
is,
it BS?
it's my experience.
We ain't got enough time for that.
Oh, we don't
honestly.
yeah, because we have to. Right. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I want to thank my guests for coming in. Thank you, Sean. I want to thank you for calling from Auburn, Cincinnati. And I'm going to end the show
Cincinnati.
with paying due diligence to a black woman who I love and adore, and I'm gonna play my favorite clip from her. I came out here to visit, and I went to go see Rasan Patterson in concert at the Ball Hill Crenshaw Mall,
Thank you for saying it right.
and she was.
I thought you were about to say Rashawn. I'm so glad you said Rashawn.
Now you know
Thank
doggone well I
Thank
say
you very much for saying his name right.
So, and this woman was singing background. I'm like, God damn. Well, we hadn't officially met yet. We had met
Oh,
Facebook.
right, yeah.
This is our very first time meeting. So I'm playing my favorite clip from
Now,
Tony
what does this
Scruggs.
have to do with anything? Lord
I'm
have
just
mercy.
closing the show with this,
Oh Lord.
and I'm paying homage.
Turn it down. No, turn the YouTube video down. There you go.
That girl try to be European with her hair. I had to say that to be laugh.
Mess.